If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that? Tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a molding. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star, like another city, the driver's side fly. Go see a large, so many more, 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, cute as could be. You can watch it on YouTube with view for French. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Marcus, come on, man. Long weekend. Turn it down. I just don't feel so good.
You okay, dude? You look a little.
It's just I got a little, almost shocked yesterday with that, and
Wow.
it just ended
Sound
up
a little scratchy.
Yeah, I was drinking all weekend. I was up chucking all
Oh,
afternoon.
no.
A little day drinking.
Damn.
You wanna have some fun times, but then all of a sudden I got a bark off.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that actually.
And then I ate a
I've
little
heard of
bit too
that.
much on the grill, and I got a little Sam Ryan heartburn here.
Oh,
and
the worst.
just but thankfully, the remedy is, I guess, a 1-0 series lead because I got cat fever. My boy Bob there at the end, huh?
Woo.
Standing on his head.
You know what's weird? They only got like 20 shots on goal.
Oh, I know.
It's crazy. So I
was
mean,
so furious. It was tied for so long.
right.
I was this
Well,
is-
remember that one game the Panthers had like 60 shots to like 15 shots and they lost the game?
Yeah. I hate that team. I don't like taking them on. I don't like Vasilevsky. He still
Oh,
scares
he's
me.
so good.
He's-
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna sweat out this first round so much. I hate it. But the Cats win. Big time performance by them yesterday. Get this series off on the right foot. And some monster saves by Sergei Bobrovsky there at the end.
I got a little nervous when the penalty was called.
Oh.
And my man goes, if I'm going down, you going down. He took his stick and took him down.
It was good to get that off on the right foot. Building looked lit yesterday with the Cats going up. You had your 3 studs scoring for you. With Sam Reinhart doing what he does, Carter Verhaeghe with the lead, and then those idiots go empty net with like 4 minutes left, and Kachuk's like, dummies, empty netter.
You know what else sucks?
What?
It sucked. Well, it was a good thing and a bad thing. I was going back and forth because I don't watch. I don't like watching on.
I don't know how do you not have 2 games on at once? How do you not do that?
Because I don't like
Not
watching
even
the
on the
little
phone?
game. Like when I do it during football season, but it's different because I can still listen to the game on my earphones and then watch the Dolphins, right?
I think that's even crazier than not watching. The fact that you listen to games on the radio while watching a game.
No, I have it on my computer. I have the game on my computer.
So do you have so you have some visual there.
Yeah. So if something happens, I'll turn and look. But I usually focus on the TV. But for like Heat and Panthers, I don't want
Why?
It's just no. I like here's what I do. I'm starting off with the Heat. No offense, Panthers. Your game is a little bit slower. Right? And then soon as they start going 3 crazy, I say, okay, this is going to be a Panthers game.
So you bailed, is what you're saying.
I did.
You bailed.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's real. No, I have them both on at the same time. I'm going, I'm like, I'm ping-ponging around. I have and I had the Cats on, Bally stream, so I could scroll back if I'm missing something. whenever there's some time breaking. But the end of that Panthers game, it was furious. Yeah, definitely, it was locked in, and they get themselves the 1-0 lead. Simultaneously, get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck in a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Miami Heat get drubbed in game 1. They lose by 20, 114-90. And it got off to a really bad start. Like right off the bat, they're down by 15. And they feverishly come back, get it to within 5, and then
oh my goodness. Holy smokes. It was like 5 Tyler Herros out there for them.
Was that the greatest day in Boston sports history with Sam Hauser just going and lighting us up from 3? They must have been thrilled between him and Porzingis. The intangibles were all over the place. Man, Doris Burke loves Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh my goodness.
All over him. Good God. But it was off to it was a really, I don't know what when you bailed, Leroy, but it was a rough one. It was a rough one.
Now keep in mind, when I bailed, I still go back and forth.
Oh, well, then you didn't really bail then.
No,
so,
I didn't
when you say bail, the Panthers just got your TV and then maybe
and then they got the priority.
I got you.
Because I mean, being 30 down means that you get the side, the side.
I understand what I still don't understand. I mean, you have a lot of TVs. I don't understand. You can't have IT set up a couple TVs for the playoff week. Now, I don't think we have a conflict again until Saturday, I want to say. So I think we're good the rest of the week. I think you're down to just one television and you should be good. But it was really rough. It was a rough performance. But I mean, nobody had a rougher performance than Tyler Herro. He was terrible.
I mean, like, one of the things that I think he needs to just get a grip on, right? Especially with this team, just play basketball, right? Don't worry about the numbers. Just play good, solid basketball. And that's going to mean more for this team than anything. So if you protect the ball, you make plays, you get it to the open guy, that's all you can ask for, right? It's when he tries to do too much and kicks it around and throws it to the other team because he's trying to do too much. Now, not only did you not get a shot, but then they get a fast they get a fast break or an easy score or a 3, and then it's compounded. And so he just needs to relax and play.
Yeah, I just feel like, and look, there's obviously a focus. They got some great defenders out there on the point of attack against him, and they did a number. I mean, they were blocking his floater, they were blocking his 3-point shot, but
right.
Like you said, I think sometimes he tries to get a little bit too perfect, and he's just got to let it rip.
Right,
One of the things you love about Terry Rozier just let it rip. Like he'll just, it might look like an insane shot, but Tyler,
he always at least gets here. Here's what I want on every series. Get a shot, get a good shot. I can deal with not making it, but I can't deal with you trying to throw it between the legs of 5 guys to get it, near the goal. And then they take it and go the other way. And the thing that Terry, look, if all else fails, Terry was going to get you a shot.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And I think that just means, hey, relax and play. If it means you only have 15, that's what Jimmy was good at.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Jimmy, regardless if he gets 10 shots, he had a good feel of the game. Okay, maybe this game I need 20 shots. He could kind of get a good feel of where the game was and what he needed to do, instead of going in predetermining what needed to happen. And I think that's what Tyler did.
I thought Jaime did that in good spots. Like, you just play, like you just said, just try to
plays.
Let's go play ball, man.
Right.
Same thing with Jovic. And that's the thing that I think everybody came away with. It's like, hey, how come it seemed like the young guys were more poised? And I get it. They're not maybe the focal point of the defense, but there were some ones yesterday where it's just like, hey,
it looks like Jovic is older than Tyler.
Yeah.
But he's been playing professional basketball longer. That's my point that I made last year.
I have a lot of fun watching him play basketball. He is a delight. He is a delight and honest too, because like they're asking Jovic after the game about the zone defense, and he goes, "Let me tell you about the zone defense." He goes, "The Porzingis, too tall for the zone."
I mean, right?
Just everybody from Serbia and Slovenia, they're so honest on things. They're so like they're just. He goes, so what happened with this defense? He goes, "What happened? Porzingis happened."
But here's the deal: when English is your second language, it's hard to translate it. So you can only use the word.
Translated, but I think it was as clear as anybody else who was tiptoeing around it,
dude. And didn't Porzingis come into the league looking like Chet Holmgren? Wasn't he?
Wasn't as thin, but he definitely wasn't muscular.
Yeah, he looks like a big dude now.
I didn't find him to look like he was that intimidating, but he's
no. He was thin when he first got into the league. Now he looks like he put some weight on.
Isn't that your man muscles thing? Like he's
old.
He's old.
But it doesn't like here. There's a cutoff for this because I think Wembanyama gonna be skinny forever. Right? There's certain guys like we
better hope so.
I was gonna say we hope so. Because what else are we gonna do?
I mean, so it's harder for me to determine that with taller guys. Like you look at what's my man from the Pelicans? He gonna be skinny forever.
Ingram? Yeah. Skinny forever.
Yeah, that guy gonna be skinny forever. So I that's I don't know how that looks.
So it's KD.
KD, right? Just a skinny dude, right?
Yeah, that was brutal. He had one part in the second half where I was like, oh, here we go. And then they cut it to 11.
And then
Tyler Herro turned it over. I was like,
see, that's and that's I think there's a fine line between being so cautious you don't try to make plays and try to make plays while being cautious and not turn the ball over. And I don't know what that line is for him. I don't know in his mind when he determines, okay, I got to try this or not try this, right? And I think that's something that Jimmy had, really well. Jimmy very rarely turned the ball over, right? Mm-hmm. And so at least you knew you were going to get a shot. Same thing with Bam. Bam brings the ball up. Somebody's going to get a decent shot, right? Whether you make it or not, at least you got your attempt. And you can't afford this team. Let me tell you something.
Whoa.
This team cannot afford to not get up a shot. You need to get up as many shots as possible because your ass ain't been making them.
When they were doing that Jackie Moon thing between Caleb, they did Caleb and Tyler. You take it. And then throw it at Hawkes' feet.
With 2 seconds left.
I was like,
right. Boys. So the actual, by the time you get it to the shooter, he's got 1.2 seconds and he chucks up a shot that counts against him, and it wasn't a good shot.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. But my confidence remains high. All we gotta do is go take one. We're not gonna shoot that poorly the second time around. It was Brick City.
Okay. They called off the dogs.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. You can't overreact. Like you guys can't.
Listen, it's just one game. It don't matter whether you use by 30 or 1. Okay. It doesn't matter. But
if Boston didn't win that game, the stains in the undies of all the O'Keefes and O'Malley's was going to be quite potent because you better win that game. He'd have played 3 out of 4. All right. Or played a couple of games that past week. You guys had a week off laying up. You better come out and hit him with the haymaker. Otherwise, what are we doing here? So congratulations. You guys did what you were supposed to do for the first time in forever against the Miami Heat. And now we can bring it to a couple days off. Spo's going to make some adjustments. And Wednesday, Leroy, we even this puppy up.
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say to you.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing about what you said that bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last year ain't this year, dude. The Heat are different. The Celtics are different. So why do you keep putting that like you're always used to? This is a different team.
I didn't mention anything about last year. All I said was they finally were able to do in a series something they were that they were supposed to do. Congrats to them.
Okay.
But I'm not really bringing up last year. I'm just hey, let's give them their flowers. They finally won a game they were supposed to win. Congratulations to Boston. Congratulations.
I mean,
but here's the thing, Boston. Don't lose game 2.
I think Now, let me ask you a question. You think there's more pressure on the Heat to win game 2 or the Celtics to win game 2? Because
Celtics by far.
all right.
Celtics by far.
Okay. You still have more confidence in the Heat than you do in the Panthers?
Huh?
Remember, I asked you what team you feel most comfortable with.
Yeah, without Jimmy Butler, yes, I have more confidence in the Panthers. Congratulations, you've beaten me.
I mean, no, it wasn't.
Wow.
Congratulations,
It wasn't
congratulations. Way to change the circumstances.
I'm not changing.
Way to kick a man when
I
he's
didn't.
down.
Wait a minute. I didn't do any.
Way to kick a man when he's down.
Leroy the Rain Cloudy.
Wow.
Say it. I did it. Say it. Yeah, and then what? Why don't you ask it when it's fair is fair? Ask me when Kachuk.
I did.
Oh.
Ask me when Kachuk.
I did.
Ask me that question when Jimmy Butler got hurt.
No, I asked you before that. I asked you way before everything started.
Yeah, and
towards the end of the year, and you
the
said
fact
no. The Heat. I'm
the
like,
facts have changed.
okay. I just here. My only question with the Heat: can they score enough?
Been the question all year.
Right, but that's that. So for me saying something like that is not a shocker to anybody.
Nobody's saying it should be.
Okay, all right.
Nobody's saying it should be. I'm not here disagreeing with you. I
And-
you
and-
feel like
and-
I feel like you're trying to buck up for a quibble, and I'm not here. To quibble.
No. And then it scares me even more that the team they play against shoot 1,000 threes a game.
I know, soft team, right? Soft jump shooting team.
Okay,
Like they're basically like the Atlanta Hawks 60 win team of a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
You just got to get in their kitchen one.
You know what the Heat need to do? Here's what they need to do. Take away one thing. Whatever that is. I don't know, the powers that be will determine, what. Let's make sure this next game they don't do this and deal with the other stuff. But whatever that is, you put everything you have in eliminating that. And then let's see where it goes from there. It's hard to take away the three sometimes because they move the ball a lot and everybody shoots the damn three on the team.
Yeah, well, it's tough to take away the three when one of their 3-point shooters is 7'4".
There's that.
That was the first time I'm like, wow, the Heat looks small.
We will get to some more stuff from this game.
Look at this. I'm ready.
Wow.
My first, Marcos.
Where did you get that from?
My first iced coffee.
What is that? Wow. Yeah, he got that from
Cali coffee. Cali coffee.
All right. Oh.
Okay.
We'll take a quick break.
Why y'all ain't tell me? Why y'all ain't tell me about iced coffee?
We'll take a quick break. Back after this.
WQA.
been hurt.
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy. Hey, we're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami56WQM. That's where you guys can get in on the chat. Welcoming all you rat bastards in there. Schmeathan says that an iced coffee is the final infinity stone for Leroy going full-blown.
Point. Witcher.
A Karen with an iced coffee is a different type of beast, you know?
What are you? Hold on. By the way, I went to JFig's party.
Oh, how was it?
Nice.
Did you win a Domino's?
No. Guess why? Who do you think my partner was?
JFig?
No.
Her dad?
Worse.
Her mom.
Robbie.
Oh!
I would have never guessed that.
I would have never guessed that. And
and her dad has some partner. He was old, and
he's
he
probably
stared at
probably played Pirates and like
oh
Domino's.
my goodness. He was old. He had a cut off shirt.
Yeah, that sounds
looking
right.
swole as an old man. Just sitting at the table, looking swole.
And Robbie wasn't a good partner.
Like it's hard here. So there's two types of dominoes. Cubans play with the 9 dots, right? So
Yes.
it goes all the way up to 9.
Mm-hmm.
I play with 6, right?
Why does that matter? I always hear this. Why does that matter? Just because
there's more extra dominoes.
Gotcha.
So it's harder to figure out who has what because you have some that are unused.
Okay. So
I play with 6. So I play with 6. So when there's 6 and you have 4 players, there's only all of them are used. So when you lock up the board, you can get a better feel of who has what. Right? So it's a little different. And there was so many dots. I had to keep counting because 9 is a lot. So, but other than that, it was fun. Met you know who I was looking for? I was wondering if she invited the cropper, but she didn't.
Oh, she didn't.
He wasn't there, but
You don't crop them out; it's still gonna invite.
Cropped off the list.
But no, had some fun. Her mom's best friend, she was putting lips on everybody. I'm like, yo,
oh,
yeah.
Wow. Did Big Spoon go with you, or did you go by yourself?
Yeah, I went with Big Spoon and I went with Rebecca.
Cool.
I took the fam and now, look, her best friend was out of control. And then we're having a barbecue. And her dad made a point to say this. Not a competition. Because Robbie was there. He tried to get odds.
Grilling.
Yeah, he tried to get odds.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, Saturday night. That sounds like it was a fun time. Saturday night I was locked into the boxing match. Ryan Garcia.
Ooh, hey, please tell me what the hell happened. Because
first of all, loud wrong, as I said. I thought that we were all picking
Tobin. Ryan Garcia pulled the Tobin. He had everybody fooled.
This troll job, which I'm still not even sure is a troll job. I really don't know. I think he might just
be crazy.
We've had this in the past. Listen, we've had some wild boxers who are just like a little out of control outside the ring, and they're wild. Tyson, De La Hoya. I mean, these guys, Ricardo Mayorga, like these guys who are just like a little bit squirrely outside the ring, but man, they get in there and they can fight. And Ryan Garcia, first of all, I mean, that left hook was just so on the money against Devin Haney. And Devin Haney, who is known for being technical and defensive and all that type of stuff, I mean, he got lit up with that thing and just had no answer for it. The other thing that was just very noticeable about missing the weight, Ryan Garcia looked 3 weight classes bigger than him. Like it was really noticeable that Ryan Garcia was a lot, because Devin Haney, who doesn't have power, as I did tell you guys last week, doesn't knock anybody out.
Pillow hands.
But like it was even more noticeable because Ryan Garcia kept doing this weird thing where like they were calling it a shoulder roll, but it really wasn't. It was like a back roll. Like he literally like turtled his back and just allowed Devin Haney to like hit him in the back like this, but he wasn't hurt, so he didn't care.
Right.
And then so he would just have these flurries for 30 seconds where he would light, like right off the bat, lit him up in the first round. He was like, whoa, all right. But then they get to, was it the 6th or the 7th where he put him down? I think it was the 7th.
7th for sure.
He puts him in the 7th round. Leroy, this was some of the most corrupt refereeing I've ever seen in my life. This official was definitely on Team Haney or on the
take. Because he counted to 20?
Dude, it was not only like he kept taking away knockdowns from Ryan Garcia, but immediately, like, they were clenched the one thing that was annoying about this fight, I think anybody who watched, they were clenched up the whole time, where like they'd get tied up, and most of it was Devin Haney. Like, he kept, being locked up in and so like, yeah, bring him up. And so, out of frustration, Ryan Garcia like hits him on the break. You're not supposed to hit on the break. You're supposed to let the referee, square it off. So Ryan Garcia hits him on the break as the ref's breaking him up. And immediately after he gets the first knockdown, no warning. You usually get a warning, a little warning, but Ryan Garcia was frustrated. So he hits Devin Haney on the break. Doesn't knock down, but he had been knocked down already in that round. And the referee takes a point away from Ryan Garcia immediately. Really? So basically takes away his knockdown round. But in the midst of this, afterwards, he keeps knocking him down. Like, the whole response by Devin Haney was he was going to clench, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to try and hold on, but he was doing it like at a crazy like level. It was so blatant. And so Ryan Garcia just kept hitting him and he kept falling, and the ref just kept calling a slip. We're like, whoa, dude. First of all, fight probably should have been stopped after the 7th round.
Right.
But even the fact that it wasn't, you definitely took 2 knockdowns away from him. Right. And a point. So it was some of the most corrupt officiating I've seen in fighting in a long, long time.
And he still couldn't win.
So much so that I was like, they're going to screw Ryan. And so Ryan Garcia goes out. He knocks him down 2 more times. So probably should have had like 6 knockdowns, but only officially was given 3. And I was still thinking to myself, they're probably still going to screw this guy out of it. One card had a draw. I thought that person was high as a kite.
What?
What?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Had a draw? I guess you, because they're taking so
points.
So technically you had the point taken away, so you would have had Garcia winning without the corrupt official. But it was, dude, it was.
Had he lost, we'd still be talking about that ref.
It was bad. And the crazy thing is, so Ryan Garcia, where do you think he's coming to celebrate?
Miami.
Of course. He's already here. He's already here to celebrate. But he apparently bet $2 million on himself. 112.
Oh my God.
You're allowed to do that in that sport.
It's boxing, you can. Yeah,
That's
boxing,
so
you can do whatever you want.
Oh my God. And he gave, so before the fight started, he's out $3.5 million.
He basically invested his weight cut miss on himself in the bet and came back and won all of that money.
That's not even count. He's going to make like 30, 40 million on this fight.
Yep. And now he's the biggest star in boxing. So now like everybody's like, well, he's crazy. When do I get to see him again? Who do we get to? And Devin Haney was messed up. Like they're saying he may have a broken jaw. He was talking like Daffy Duck after the fight. Like he was like, like it was bad. It was
my God. So here's when you work with a couple of degenerates, because you didn't text me to see how the party was. You didn't text me to say, all I see is chili pepper, and Marco sends his
win. You really bet on him by decision?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Look at that.
First of all,
look at that, dude.
Here's the problem with that. You know what the biggest problem with that is?
Let's give it up for Frog.
Because usually if Ryan Garcia wins, he's knocking him out, right? Is that correct, Tobin?
Oh, yeah.
If Ryan Garcia's win, he's knocking him out.
He should have.
Right.
The only guy who was happy with the official was Frog Boy. Because Frog Boy had him by decision.
Yes. Me and that ref had the
ref's
same
like, yes. Love this ref.
You and the ref had the same bet?
Yeah, indeed.
But so I was and it sucks. We do this in sports too. All the shenanigans that go on before the actual fight or game or event, the more time you have, the more things you come up with to change your mind on who's going to do what, right? And basically, Ryan Garcia acted a fool before the fight so that his odds went way up, right? His odds went sky roof.
It was so crazy. People were like, the commission should step in and not let him fight.
Right.
And this is, by the way, before he missed weight by 3.5 pounds, which this guy steps on the scale, drinks a beer because he has such disregard for making weight. So in a way, it's like, man, kind of rotten.
Wait, he drank a beer
on the scale. He walked onto the scale with a beer, chugs a long neck, and then gets the hell off. And he's like, yeah, he goes, I don't know if I should be patted on the back for this, but he said, but I drank every night before the fight. He goes, I feel bad. He's like Devin Haney, like the meme of Devin Haney, who's like, struggling to make weight because he's always said that he, struggled to make these lighter weights, which that's another question for Devin Haney. Cause it's like, hey,
right.
man, if you can, if you look like that at 140, what are you going to look like at 147? I don't know, but he, it's crazy. Like this guy is, I don't know. Like
it's almost like he's an evil genius, right?
Yeah. But also, like, I don't know. It's one of these things where, like, he's also just really talented, and I don't know what he's getting off of just because, like, look, if you would have seen the Gervonta fight, Gervonta had a hydration clause. Like, he couldn't get above a certain weight, and Gervonta messed him up. Gervonta, like, it didn't even. And I think that went into this. It's like people were like, well, Gervonta, it wasn't really even close, and Brian Garcia is going to look how he's behaving. How does anybody think he's going to have a chance? He's a wild card, man. It was a wild thing to see.
Isn't that the best? Isn't that for the fight game?
Oh, it was awesome.
Isn't that the best situations?
Yeah.
The clean cut boxer going in against the crazy man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like, I just think, hey, you still think he got a different level crazy in him. But, it like he just looks like he went about this fight like an evil genius.
Timbo
because he still boxed well. It wasn't like he was in there fighting raggedy.
Timbo Slice says, can't be considered a genius when you can't win the belt because you're too fat. Yeah, but I know, but does he care? Like, yes, he's never won the championship.
Isn't he going to move up in class anyway?
He'll probably do whatever the hell he wants. But if you win, like, tell him he didn't win the championship. Like, this kind of goes back to like the Francis Ngannou thing against Tyson Fury, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you could say, okay, Francis Ngannou lost that night technically.
Yeah. But did he?
And first of all, I didn't even think that he lost that fight.
No, he got robbed.
But he comes out of that, gets another fight with AJ. Well, yeah, he got blasted, but the guy made $40 million over the last 2 fights.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So for
blasted though.
Oh, dude, it was a bad one. Anthony Joshua killed him. But it has to be a crazy thing where, this Ryan Garcia just goes in there and has this type of a victory, and now everybody's like captivated. They can't wait to see him. He's nonstop on social media. As I told you guys, like, he's the first real boxer that is a social media creation. Like, but that's not like Jake Paul. Like, he got his popularity off of kid's really good looking, does really cool stuff in drills on Instagram. Everybody wants to see him fight, but nobody really knows is he as skilled as everybody else. But man, that dude with that left hook, I mean, that was dynamic. It was like, that we've seen some great guys who have just the one weapon. Remember we were watching like the David Tua montage back in the day?
Oh yeah.
That guy's got oof. But this thing's like lightning. Just pummeled Devin Haney.
Wow.
Crazy day. Anyway, we'll take a break. We'll get back into the Heat, Panthers, NFL draft week. Marcos thinks I'm making up articles. Ridiculous.
Oh, I know you want that.
Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. For any Bostonians tuning in for grief listening today, go to hell.
Yeah, we're sad, but still go to hell.
Yeah. I'm really not that sad. I'm not that sad.
I saw some things I liked.
I'm not that sad. I actually am like, I'm not that sad, and I'm not broken by any means whatsoever. I was, like the way it was going in the first quarter and then battling back the way they did, I was like, all right. That was pretty typical for what you would hope would be the like when you were like, oh, what could be the worst start to this game? You got it like right off the bat.
Yeah.
But they did battle back, and then in the second quarter, you're like, all right, looking like something. Then Hauser just goes crazy. So like, look, that team can shoot, but I'm not broken yet. Anybody who thinks that you got old Tobes, you don't. However, Tyler Herro needs to have a huge bounce back game. He needs to do what he did in the play-in before. And I know by no means are the Bulls the Celtics on any level. Right. But you're not gonna have it. That I know. If Tyler Herro doesn't produce at any level like that, and I'm not counting that fourth quarter. That fourth quarter, I mean, DeLon Wright hit 5 3-pointers.
Pretty good.
DeLon Wright turns into Ray Allen. It was crazy.
Needed that a little early.
He's good though, dude. He has turned himself into a rotation player. I like the fact that DeLon has gotten to where he's at, but Tyler,
I think with Tyler, you think less is more. Like the less he tries to do and just plays, the better it'll be for everybody. Like it seems like he forced the issue way too many times. And sometimes you got to be aware of like certain, hey, I don't want to force a turnover here and have them go on a run and have the crowd get into it. So I'm going to just run a set offense. I'm going to get things going. Let's get a good shot, right? Because if they get the ball that way, that's a lot different than them stealing the ball or quick pass down the floor dunk.
Marcos and I were talking about this during the break, if there's going to be a starting lineup change, because but this is kind of it's a little dependent on one thing, and it's how healthy he is, and I don't know the answer to that.
Duncan,
and that is put Duncan back in the starting lineup. And I'm not saying bench Tyler. I think if you bench anybody, you'll probably bench Jaime, and then
but see, here's the problem. That guy plays with the most energy on the team.
He does.
And you need the energy to start a game so they don't run away with it early.
Yeah,
He's
but
the
I don't
only one that plays with that energy. So
I don't disagree with you. Here's just my thinking on it is he's not going to get the first crack at it anyway. Like it's going to be Tyler. So why not give him the first in for Tyler and be your sixth man, and then you have the shooting to go along on that starting line to see if Duncan can get to a spot. Like I get what you're saying. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I'm just saying if Spo is going to make a move, the move to me is you got to put Duncan in, and you're not going to bench Tyler. So are you going to bench either Caleb or would you bench Jaime?
But here's the other thing, okay? That while we sitting here saying bench one or the other, any one of those three plays 10 times the defense that Tyler plays.
Oh, that's fair.
And so you're always, to be honest with you, this is not a knock on Tyler. If I wanted to do something to slow them down to start a game so we could feel that we were in it the whole game and not let them run away with it, the prudent play would be to bench Tyler. At least keep it close.
I don't think you could do that unless you have Terry back, though.
You can't. I know you can't. I know you can't because you don't really have a facilitator, and I don't necessarily want to see Bam or Caleb taking the ball up the top of the key. Okay, I get it. It's change of pace every now and then. I need the ball in Tyler's hands, right? That being said, basketball the way they do it is if you have a soft spot, they will keep working that offense until you're exposed. So either Tyler's defense need to get better, they need to stay in that zone and let Porzingis kill him.
Well, how's it?
Or
They
Hausen.
killed they killed that. It's a tough team to zone against because they just shoot. Like they're
Right.
gonna
They don't care.
they're gonna shoot.
And so, like, I don't know what you do. So you take away the 3 by playing man, right? But then you expose yourself to those one-on-ones and Tatum backing down somebody like Tyler.
Yeah. We'll
So
see.
I don't know what you do. I would say at this point, 2 is better than 3. So I take my chances that way. The other problem is now you expose yourself to a lot of fouls.
We'll figure. We'll see what Spo's got up his sleeve. But he is he's got
They
a
ain't
couple
gonna play no
days.
more zone.
Huh?
They ain't playing no more zone unless Bam get in foul trouble.
Yeah, for sure. We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this.
Tua. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Chris Sims can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Guy was asking about Luke Bryan tickets. I said, I don't know what he's talking about.
What's on the
He goes, you guys put me on hold. I'm like, okay. I mean, like, did you hear us say we're giving away Luke Bryan tickets? And like, why is that the strategy of somebody to like stay on hold until we were to give away possible Luke Bryan tickets?
Hmm.
You know,
Gotta be
remember
first.
Karen did that for like 3 days.
I know.
How
just
did
but
she
like
win? I don't think
just
she did.
wait until I say if I did have Luke Bryan tickets, which I'm not sure that we do. Marco says he sees possibility that we do, but I haven't been told. Usually I got to get the green light from Glenn if I have Luke Bryan tickets to give away. Well, I don't know.
That's a big ticket.
To the program, ladies and gentlemen. Draft week, baby. Miami Dolphins, 21st overall pick. Marcos thinks I'm making things up, dude.
I know that.
I'm not making anything up, man.
You left little breadcrumbs so someone can catch you. You're like one of those mysterious individuals.
I was very intrigued by an article that just said what Schefter is hearing. Buzz on the top picks. And the first headline is very exciting if you're a Cardinals fan.
Oh, okay.
Because it says Adam Schefter's his buzz words that he's looking for right now says that the Cardinals, Leroy, why the Cardinals are, quote, in the catbird seat.
I
told you it was a thing.
No, you said it was a baseball thing. Now you're spreading it to other sports. I know this was you.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Isn't the catbird seat that's like hunting?
It's like you just have a view of everything, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it is. But apparently
Well, first of all,
the Cardinals are in the catbird seat
let
for
me
the
just
draft.
stop you there. They ain't good enough to be in the catbird seat overlooking nothing. They on the ground looking up at the good teams that are in the catbird seat. Stop.
Maybe it was just a play on words because they're the Cardinals.
Do you want to hear why they have the catbird seat?
I would love
From
to.
Adam Schefter.
Of course we want to hear now that you teased it.
He says Arizona general manager. I just was curious if we care about the Cardinals at all. That's all.
No, that's
I did
my
see
point.
I did see Kyler Murray at UFC 300. He was sitting next to Valentina Shevchenko.
Smaller.
He is smaller.
Yeah.
She's a badass.
Yeah.
Arizona general manager Monty Austinfort has advertised with the
there we
number
go.
4 overall pick. His team is open for business, but no sales are expected to be final until the Cardinals are on the clock. Austinfort has told teams around the league that have inquired about trading up that he wants to wait until he's in position to pick before agreeing to any trade.
You know what that means? Let me tell you what that means. That means that he don't want to do nothing early because he want all those teams who are who have to have that pick to fight over it in 15 minutes.
A team.
You see what I'm saying? He don't
Yes.
want to have them doing it now. He want to see whether it's a sense of urgency and they got to get something done and then they give up the farm.
He's a team could always try and outbid the market and lock the selection now, but it's difficult giving the up of haul of compensation it would take without knowing exactly which quarterbacks will be available. And so Austinfort is sitting in the eyes of one coach, quote, in the catbird seat. The coach explained he sits at number 4, can take all the calls he wants.
You better go ahead on and get Marvin Harrison because you see what happened to your team the last time you got an elite receiver.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Like if there's any franchise,
If you're not
any
getting to move on,
franchise in the league that understands the importance of a wide receiver after just having Larry Fitzgerald forever, I don't know what team does. Right?
Wild. Catbird seat, dude. I told you it was a thing.
No. And you would be leaning on the Cardinals to make that point, right?
I'm not leaning on anything. Adam Schefter is leaning on it.
Okay. All right, Shefty.
Then I saw Drew Rosenhaus was on SVN yesterday, and he says the Dolphins might be taking this offensive lineman from Duke, Graham Barton. I'm looking at him right now. Thick neck.
Oh, can I ask a question?
He looks like he can maul.
He may look like he can maul, but he goes to Duke.
He's 6'5", 313, Leroy.
He goes to Duke.
So
I'm not trying like okay. Listen, it's not a knock on him. I don't know him from Adam. Okay. But here's what I'm gonna say.
Be smirching.
If I said to you, 6'5", 313 from Alabama, how excited are you getting?
I mean, I'd be excited, but like,
okay, but then I go 6'5", 313 from Duke. See what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like you're Duke shaming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're Duke shaming.
Yeah.
You're a Duke shamer.
When okay, is he gonna get us a couple of rebounds?
What?
I'm just saying. Like, wait, we've had this discussion before with Carson Wentz and Josh Allen came out of college.
Huh. How are we having this conversation before?
How are we going to draft somebody that high from Wyoming? How are we going to draft somebody that high from
me?
Huh?
Duke's in the ACC. They play in a conference.
I didn't know Manny Diaz was a coach of Duke.
What?
Well, now he is. I believe this is his first year coming up.
Yeah, he's a head coach of Duke. I didn't know that.
He didn't.
Head coach?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Well, this guy got out at the right time.
What?
This guy got out at the right time.
Oh, wait, how did that just sneak by us?
I don't know, man.
Oh, by the way, I just got a tweet. You know what happened on this day 34 years ago?
34 years ago. So
you
that
won
would
a
be,
Rose Bowl.
That would be 1990?
Yeah.
4/22/1990. Marlins didn't even exist yet.
Playoff game. Leroy had an amazing playoff game.
There's no playoffs in April, you idiot.
All right.
NBA playoffs.
Aha. Leroy was in the NBA.
Flu game?
Oh,
No.
Leroy had a
what happened?
I got drafted.
Oh!
Wow. You know what? Congratulations.
Good choice by them.
Leroy.
Good choice. My old Michael Lombardi. When Michael Lombardi still made sense.
Yeah, but listen, I told you. He called me in his office one time. He said to me, now keep in mind, we were 3-13 that year, right? He called me into his office and he said these words. If you wasn't the second round, if you wasn't our first pick, you would have been cut by now. It worked. It worked. I got in line.
Graham Barton, beefy.
So I don't know how to see, and this is where a lot of people evaluate like different talents or whatever. Like you thinking, okay, this guy played in the SEC, right? Let me see how he fared against these guys or these teams. And maybe you can get a better idea, even if his team was bad, how good he was, because he was going up against top-notch talent. You see what I mean? But Duke?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm just like, again, this is not a knock on him. I'm just, this is some of the stuff that you hear during a draft, where you played your competition. How to evaluate you based on the competition you play against is a little bit different. And we've had that at quarterback. Look at some of the guys, Trey Lance went to what? South Dakota State?
Trey Lance did go to South Dakota State, yes.
Right. And look, and where is he now? He's in Dallas because
Duke was better than the Canes the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Much.
Again. But how good was the ACC? What was the best defensive lineman he went up against?
Well, I mean, listen, the ACC. Did you see what the Noles?
He
did?
wasn't going up against Christian Wilkins.
Ooh.
No, I mean, but did you see what the Noles did?
What did they do?
They
Did something else. They
took
need to
some-
stop. No, listen. If there's any university that need to put down their Twitter thumbs, it's FSU.
They took some liberties with their ACC championship ring, and they put their record as it was last year at 13-0, which they did not finish with an O on their record.
Oh, that's right.
We know how it ended.
But that's the ACC.
Nah. They weren't 13-0 in the ACC, dude. They decided to take some liberties and not count the bowl game.
Yeah.
Drubbed.
Because half their team was rats off a ship.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have their quarterback.
I
Remember
tell
the
you
whole
what,
thing?
I would have a new rule. NIL people, y'all need to come up with a new rule. If I'm paying you and I'm giving you all this money, all the games matter, or you give the money back.
Why do they have the Hurricanes on their ring?
Because they beat them.
They put every team that they beat.
Yeah,
on
I
there?
think so.
Okay,
For your
okay,
ACC championship ring, but
Okay.
like,
Wow,
That's
how
fine.
big is this ring?
it was like it was you got a picture of it?
I got 3 of them, and none of mine got all the names on it. Just say Big Ten champs.
El Borges says, Tobin, stop hating on FSU. I'm not hating. It's just like, you went 13-0. Like, put your record.
They literally put unconquered.
Oh, they got conquered.
What are you?
Oh,
talking
they got
about,
conquered,
dude?
dude.
Hey,
And we were saying, by the way, we were all sitting here on this show defending them, being like, oh, you should have been in the playoffs. And then that's what happens.
yeah,
What do they lose? 63-3?
I don't know. They could stop the game. Listen, the officials in that game stopped it quicker than the Devin Haney fight.
Woo.
That guy had money on.
Bro, I gotta show Leroy this round with this ref. Come on.
Wait. Let me see. Wait, what did they put? They put the Miami score.
Yeah, they put all their scores, I think, around their conference championship. But
No,
like,
they didn't. They can't fit all the names on there. They just put you can't fit all their games.
I don't see another one. Like I see back-to-back state champs.
Yeah, but they didn't put all their games
I do
on
see
there.
another score though. I do. Okay, so if they put back-to-back state champs on the other, they just put all the teams within the state that they beat, because I believe they also have the Florida score on there.
they got state
All right.
championship rings. What are you in high school?
What is going on with these
State
people, dude?
championship
Hey.
rings? How lame can you be?
This is crazy.
I'm sorry, dude. Like, look, I'm not here to
First of
talk.
all,
I'm not
when
here to
you
try
get-
and.
When you get a ring that wins the championship, the first thing you got to have is your school colors. I don't see nothing but, you see what I'm saying? Everybody who gets a championship ring have their school colors or their symbol somewhere on it, unless it's on top.
No, I think it could be a lighting thing. There is a hint of garnet, if you will, like
There's
around.
also a hint of lies.
There's a lot of lies. Look, you see, right above.
Oh, wait, go flip it back. No,
Right
see,
above-
no.
It says back-to-back state champs.
Listen,
Get out of here.
listen. I will grab my ring in the next break, and I want to
Oh.
show you, like if you see that at a passing, you won't know what school they went to, right? But if I show you my ring real quick, you're gonna know right away.
D Sizzle says Tobin will be bragging if UM did the same thing. I don't think. First of all, I don't think Mario Cristobal would, because Mario Cristobal took away the turnover chain, which I was very upset about.
Yeah, hey, can I just say this? This to anybody. You win a championship, all bets are off. You can do what you want.
But like,
But that you gotta
how
have your school colors have to be on the ring, and it has to be noticeable.
no. But let's be real about something here for a second. If you're gonna make it an ACC championship ring, okay, put 8-0. That's fine. But if you're gonna put 13-0, your regular season record, and omit a 60 burger getting put on you, you're taking liberties with your jewelry.
Oh, look, see how little the garnet is? Look, that's it.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be more like here. I'm gonna show. When I get my ring, I'll show you.
All right, we'll take a break. Do I do headlines?
No, I
Quickly,
don't
headlines
remember.
brought to you by the Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Our lead headline: Florida State lying again. Back after this.
This hour of
Our number 2 with Tobin and Leroy.
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. We'll get to Leroy's game balls and game bums coming on up.
You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Here.
Oh, that's your ring. That's your ring.
That's what you see in the beginning, right? Now,
Yep.
turn it
Classic.
over to the side.
Wonder what school that is.
Got your name,
Yeah,
right?
cool.
Number,
Ooh.
right?
Yes, you-
Turn
that's-
to the other side.
Is that Rose Bowl or Big Ten? What is that?
You get a Big Ten, but the Big Ten champ. It says back-to-back, Michigan, Rose Bowl, and Bo was the coach.
That's cool.
That's it.
I like it.
That's it.
That's classy.
So every time I wear it, everybody knows, oh, Michigan.
How
Right?
often do you bring those rings out?
Never.
How often do you?
Never. He always
I
wears a
never
hoodie,
worn
and then everybody's like, it's like, oh, hey, go blue, and then we end up eating with those guys in Vegas. That's
Oh my goodness. Did we eat?
that's
And
how
went to the Cabana,
Republic.
Wet Republic.
Nearly
Yeah.
nearly got dish ragged by a bikini waitress.
We got
Oh
bucks.
my goodness.
Hey, sir.
She said no.
All right. Speaking of idiots, not that waitress.
Wow.
So the dumbest thing that happened yesterday,
Hmm.
the Heat lost. All right, fine. I was ready to take it on the chin. Let's move on to game 2.
Yeah.
I was ready to move on. Okay. I'm mature. Okay. And mature.
Boy. It's got to be one. Hold on. Bill Simmons.
No, actually,
No?
surprisingly, no. It's not Bill Simmons.
Oh.
In fact, I saw what Bill said about this, and he actually reacted to it like a sane person, because anybody with eyes would react like a sane person. So the game's over, basically, right?
Mhm.
And we have this moment at the end of game 1 where Jayson Tatum gets caught up in the air. Caleb Martin collides into him, lands on his back, bounces back up. Caleb Martin actually reaches to kind of, give his hand and say, hey, let me get. And you have that phony tough guy, Jaylen Brown, who's like, and puts his little hand out there. And by the way, they did that thing where they mic'd, you remember the leaked audio that they did for Duncan Robinson and Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
Once again, Caleb Martin has joined Duncan Robinson in letting Jaylen Brown know you're not like that.
Oh, you got to see like the leak because
You're
he was
not
actually wasn't Caleb actually mic'd up?
I think he was actually mic'd
Him
up.
and Jayson Tatum, I think.
Yeah, Jayson Tatum's the least interesting person. in the
So
league.
boring, dude.
He's really good. He's really good. I just want to be clear. He's very good. But like they go to him and before the game and they're like, and he's talking to, I think it was Derek White. He goes, we've been waiting for this, Derek. Regular season, play in. Finally that time. And like they go back and Dorsberg's like, oh my God, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Go to exercise some defense.
Hey, you get a little carried away.
Like they keep trying to make this guy like something that he's not, but it's not even that. All right. So end of the game yesterday, he's going for a rebound. Caleb Martin crashes into him, hits the thing, bounces up, little stare down, nothing. It means nothing, right? And if you actually go back on the replay, Leroy, and you look, Caleb Martin was very clearly shoved in the back by Drew Holiday into Jayson Tatum. It's not like he went crashing in without assistance from Drew Holiday, right? But you familiar with Brian Scalabrine?
Oh, yeah. We see him every time we go to Radio Row.
We do?
Yeah. Remember
You're
they
thinking
have
of
that
Chris
loud, huh?
I think you're thinking of Chris Mann.
No, remember when we went to the last fight we went to, not the last one, when we were in the tent across the street and we were right.
Scalabrine was there?
Yeah.
I don't recall that.
Remember the loud, remember we were, and the people across from us were really loud. He was there with them. It was a, they had a Sirius, the XM show.
Huh. Who he is on Sirius XM. You might be right.
Yeah. No.
I don't remember that, though.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Because
But
we were like, I hope they don't pick us up on air because they were cussing.
okay. Well, I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it. But anyway, Brian Scalabrine does post game. He's on the post game desk for the Celtics broadcast. And this mother bleeper actually thinks that Erik Spoelstra called timeout and ordered the code red on Jayson Tatum. Now, mind you, Erik Spoelstra called timeout 30 seconds beforehand to challenge a foul call. He didn't call it strategically or message-wise for anything.
Order the code red.
He was trying to get a foul called back on DeLon Wright so that he could keep the ball. But this mother bleeper actually thinks that the Heat put the hit out on Jayson Tatum. Here's Scalabrine on NBC Sports, whoever the hell cares.
After we blew him out, we need stuff to talk about.
I think it is getting bigger.
Do your job. Do your job.
Here it is right here.
Look at this. This is a basketball play. Give me a break. Come on.
Now, that looked like a cornerback breaking up a pass from a receiver.
Yeah, just sitting a mess. Look at this. Come on. What are we talking about here? And the pseudo apology, the Jaylen Brown stuff, the timeout 31 seconds earlier.
That's what got you upset. That's why you believe it's a code red, because we're up. What were we up at the time? 16 with 1:30 left, and there's a timeout. What are we talking about in that timeout?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
exactly.
Thank you.
I don't understand the media.
All right, well, we did hear what Joe Mazzulla had to say.
What does Spoelstra have to say about that?
Well, I don't know yet, but if he is asked.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to try to bring that to you.
By the way, this is your story that was just completely written for you. You guys don't want to ask Joe about it.
He was asked about it, by the way, Joe Mazzulla, and all he said was, I just want to see how he would react, which was, hey, by the way, he was fine because he was fine.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened. He was fine. He bounced up. Not everybody's like Joel Embiid. As soon as they hit the wood, they're like, ah!
That guy falls more than anybody his size.
It's
put
ridiculous.
Together.
There's
Like,
nobody who can knock
I
him
never
over.
see Porzingis on the ground.
Nope.
Wembanyama, who's a windsock.
Nope.
Chet Holmgren. Who's the moose that played for the game after the Heat? Oh my, is it Vucevic? No, not Vucevic. He played with who did no, he played for the
Valanciunas?
Valanciunas. That guy, oh my goodness. He's a moose. He never was on the ground. And Joel Embiid's bigger than all of them.
Q man or QC man says Scalabrine was just on Levitard. He didn't say Spo asked to hurt Tatum. He said he thought Spo wanted them to play tougher, and it wasn't explicit. He also said that he likes Miami Tough. Well, let me just tell you something. If that is what Scalabrine said, first of all, he's a coward. He's a coward. Second of all, are we going to ignore the fact that he also called for Caleb Martin's suspension yesterday on the air?
Erik Spoelstra called a timeout with 1:30, down by 16. 30 seconds later, that play happens. 30 seconds later, why is he calling a timeout at 1:30?
Down 16.
And then why is that play happening? That play right there, 30 seconds later. I don't know, man. That looks shady to me.
What you call that?
Code red. Why would you see that play?
Why the timeout down 16 with 1:30 left?
Man, I didn't like that. And you go at the best player? I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
So is this them trying to send a message, or is that just a dirty play?
I mean, to me, it's a dirty play.
Yeah.
I think anybody's
No, I want you to get
suspended for that. That's a dirty play. You can't do that. Like, just think about that. The NBA is about the star players. The idea of winning a championship is your star players have to stay healthy. And the guy goes up and you just ram into him. That ain't basketball.
Okay. Well, let's just take a couple points here for a second. One, you think he needs to be suspended. He was shoved into Jayson Tatum by Jayson Tatum's teammate.
Right.
So how they pushed him into him. Second of all, we need to protect our stars. Like Caleb Martin is not allowed the same grace on a court that poor Jayson Tatum. You guys treat Jayson Tatum. Can I just tell you something, Boston? You guys treat Jayson Tatum like he's a baby. Like, oh, little Jayson Tatum, look at him. He's 26 years old, and he's finally going to become an elite player. Hey, treat him like he's a grown-up. Second of all, you guys act like Caleb Martin hasn't lit your ass up. He outplayed Jayson Tatum last year. So I'm sorry, There's no classism here when it comes to the league on who gets suspended, who's allowed to be touched. And also the most important point was it was your own team's fault.
I got a better point.
Yeah.
If Scalabrine is so worried about the code red with a minute and a half left and up by 16, why didn't your coach take him out of the game?
Right.
Right. Because, right? That's the most important part. Why is he still in the game with a minute 30 left and a 16-point lead?
I'll tell you exactly why. Because they were up 32 and they had the dirty pants as soon as it was a 13-point game. They're like, oh, God damn, these Miami Heat. Because they can't trust their team.
But still, I'm just saying.
You want to sit here and you want to say, oh,
Hey.
Erik Spoelstra tried to put the hit out on Jayson Tatum. And now to hear if that's allegedly true, to hear that, if he's going to be a weasel and go out there and be like, I was just saying he's playing tougher. No, you called for a suspension, you coward. Don't go on Levitard's show and then all of a sudden say, but it just meant I like their tough style. Well, clearly you don't. Clearly you don't, white mamba. Of course he's beloved in Boston. You know why.
Hey, Jimmy Butler wouldn't have never even been in that game.
Probably not, but like, it's so dumb. Like, do we have eyes? Caleb Martin was pushed into Jayson Tatum. You sound like an idiot. Ridiculous. Top bum Scalabrine.
Bomb!
Appropriately, it's time to get to Leroy's game balls and game bums next. All right. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Cats up 1-0 on the Lightning yesterday. We'll get some more of that coming up in Cat Talk. We'll hear from your Cats after the win. But first, we got to gather around the locker room.
Gather around.
What do we got for our game balls in game?
Well,
today?
I got three game balls because first of all, it's the playoffs and everybody was amazing that I'm gonna give a game ball to. One is Scotty Scheffler, who's won his 4th tournament in a row, which is unheard of, by the way, in golf. The second one is Nelly Korda, who's won 5 in a row, which is even more amazing because the women seem to be closer together and not one person stands out there. And then it's got to go to Bobrovsky.
Wow.
Dude, I saw his body in so many awkward positions and still was able to get saves.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. But you know what? It was the first time where, Bob will have all these incredible saves and he'll say, yeah, the guys played really well in front of me. They really did this time. Like, it was like the onslaught, they couldn't get on the net. They couldn't get shots on goal. So kudos to that whole defensive.
They did great.
But especially Bob. And yeah, it was kind of the first time I realized, wow, those guys in front of them were playing really good because they had a lot of opportunities that couldn't even get in front of Bob.
You got Bob after the game, Marcos. This was Sergei Bobrovsky. Panthers take game 1 against the Lightning 3-2 to take a 1-0 series lead.
Well, it is what it is. You're trying to stay focused and read the game and be in a game. It was a tight game. Played not much room there for both teams. So it was good competition.
No, my game bum. And I had my own personal game bum, right? I was going to come in hot like I always do.
Mm-hmm.
But you made me pause and rethink this.
Wow, look at that.
Scalabrine. Yo, you can't talk trash in Boston and then come down here and have a whole different tone.
Sniveling, dude.
Stick with it.
Maybe it was because we've seen a bunch of Jaylen Brown play.
Right.
Hey, Scalabrine, White Mamba. Put your nuts on the table. Or put your mouse balls away, dude. What's your take? You want to be tough after the game?
What's going on?
Because it's Caleb Martin's fault that he got shoved into Jayson Tatum, or shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Here's what sucks about that.
Put your balls away.
I look at it differently. See, because from an athlete's perspective, it's my job to help people understand what they see. Right? So me and Tobin get in these arguments all the time. No, that's not what happened, right? We're watching a football game. That's not what happened. There's a whole bunch of other things, and that was the end result. But this is what happened. That's my job, right? As a basketball player, right? He can't jump to the conclusion that a fan would. And I hate to say this, Bill Simmons was the voice of reason.
Ridiculous.
He said, stop hurting each other. You're pushing one guy into your own guy.
Yeah,
so
ridiculous.
I don't expect that from Bill Simmons. I do expect that from Scalabrine because he played and he understands there's a whole bunch of stuff going on until finally there's contact. And he should have explained that.
The thing I find most offensive about it, honestly, is you saying Erik Spoelstra, who
ordered the code red,
has been on. Let's be real about this, okay? Erik Spoelstra, who's been doing this a very long time, he has been at the highest of highs and taking the lowest of lows. Erik Spoelstra has never been a sore loser. The dude never makes excuses. Never. He could be out there. He'll go out there. If the Miami Heat didn't have Tyler, Bam, and he had to go about the next game with Orlando Robinson as his starting center, he'll go against the Celtics and say, we have enough. And if the Celtics kick their ass, he'll tip his cap. To insinuate that the best coach in the league was so frazzled by the Celtics leading a game that he had to go hurt Jayson Tatum is so unbelievably disrespectful And I don't know, maybe it's because Boston can't keep a head coach for more than 2 seasons before you guys run them the hell out of town. Or maybe your former boy genius head coach who didn't have the stomach to stay on the sidelines and had to run up to the front office. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But for Scalabrine to insinuate that Erik Spoelstra has to play dirty is horse bleep. And quite frankly, Scalabrine, if you're going to run away on the Le Batard show and not stick to your guns, then get on your Boston television show the next game and apologize to Erik Spoelstra for you being a horse's ass and having a ridiculous take. You bum.
Yeah, that's the thing that made it a bum. Him having that take in Boston didn't make him a bum. The fact that he came on radio down here and didn't have that same enthusiasm and kind of backtrack, that's what gets him the game bum.
Yeah, it's like the kids say, keep that same energy. Keep it.
That's it.
Don't you what? You're like Jaylen Brown. You're not like that, dude. You're not like that. You're not like that.
Now 2 people have said that to him.
You're not like that.
He's trying so hard to be tough guy, and then nobody's taking him serious.
He just wanted to stare at somebody so bad, and Caleb Martin's like, you're not like that, dude. Come on. Hey, when you get told off by Duncan Robinson,
that way, because listen, Duncan Robinson ain't walk around like he toughest man on the planet, but he just stopped and just looked at him and said, like,
really, Jaylen? Which, by the way, $300 million. Did anybody notice him on the court yesterday? Richest guy in the NBA.
Man, he made the first shot, then disappeared.
Didn't see him.
$300 million.
Did you see that DeMar DeRozan turned down $40 million a year from the Bulls?
Yes, he wants to get the hell out of there.
$40 million a year. He turned down.
That clock is ticking. That's why, you know.
How old is he? He's 32.
I think he's
Jimmy's older.
Really?
Yeah.
He turned down 2 years, 80, according to the Chicago.
By the time next
Sun
season
Times.
starts, he'll be 35.
Man,
yeah.
Turned down 80 guaranteed, huh? Is anybody going to give him more than that?
No, but he wants to win. So would he take 25 to go somewhere and win?
Get the hell out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take it.
Hey, can I give an additional game bum?
You certainly
I
can.
haven't talked much about the play-in game, which obviously we got to move on to bigger things. But the playing game, we were all talking about this. I said, hey, 7:00 start doesn't really mix with the crowd, and I was a little bit dicey on it. I told you.
Wait, that whole game was crickets.
Nah, I don't think so. Once we got, like I told you, once the second quarter rolls around, we're there, dude. Star-studded crowd too. You had Rick Ross, not worried about the Drake beef. Not worried about it at all. He was courtside. Jalen Ramsey was there.
Yeah.
It was a good time. But this Mike Wilbon, he decides he wants to be a little he's feeling a little
he's a Chicago fan.
Oh, I know he is. I
He's
know
a
he
Bulls
is.
fan. Yeah.
Which is hilarious. This is hearing this from him. But Kendrick Perkins was like, "Oh, I'm disappointed in the Miami crowd for not being there," even though they were there. I mean, you guys could see the crowd shots of everybody going bananas. When Tyler had that play, the behind the back pass to Caleb Martin for the 3, crowd was going bananas, dude.
Yeah,
it was crazy. But they would lead you to believe like nobody was there. And so Wilbon, he decides he's gotta poke up like a prairie dog and be like, they've always been front running town. And I'm like, hey, do me a favor, dude. If your favorite basketball team's most relevant thing over the last decade has been the Last Dance documentary, not even that the actual games were played, just that a movie came out about it, why don't you pipe down, okay, Wilbon? Just do me a favor. Just let's turn the bass down a little bit in your voice about what the Miami fan, because front running, how can you be front runners when all you've done is been in front for the last 5 years? So what are we talking about here? Front runners.
We're just running.
Yeah, we're just being where we are. We're the Bulls. I mean, you should go running with the Bulls. That'd be the most relevant thing that the Bulls have done over the last 10 years. What have you guys done? Where have you been? The only thing that you've done that's of relevance is not pay Jimmy Butler and decide he's going to go off on his own way. But you have the audacity to talk about what fan bases where I will say though, I had the most hardcore Bulls fans behind me. They were and bless their heart. They were, come on, get a rebound. They got so mad at Kevin Love because Kevin Love just kept dish ragging every ball. He finished with what did Kevin Love play? 12 minutes?
12 minutes, 16 points.
12 minutes, Leroy, 10 free throws for Kevin Love.
Amazing.
Right.
Because he just kept dish-ragging the Bulls for rebounds. And this guy behind me was so mad. Come on! Get a rebound, Jesus! Anyway, take a break. Get to our Cats. They win yesterday. Up 1-0 in the series. Little cat talk coming up next. Welcome in, everybody. Tobin and Leroy back with you here, hour 3 of the program. Let's get to some cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Up 1-0 on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's hear back some of the goal calls last night right here on the Panthers radio network. Doug Plagens on the call. Who else is going to get the first goal, man? You already know. All right. You mess with the Rhino, you get the horn.
Tarasenko on the left wing. He'll put it around the end wall. Reinhart, Tarasenko in front. A chance it just hopped away from Barkov. Rolling out to the line. Forsling, wrist shot tip, and they score! The Panthers strike first. It was tipped out in front. 1-0 Panthers, and it looked like it was Sam Reinhart who got a piece of that shot from the point. 1-0, 13:43 to go. Here in the opening frame, the Panthers are on the board.
This is probably a ridiculous question, but how do hockey players get so good at that, where they just find the puck in the air and deflect it in? Because
dude, that has to be harder than hitting a baseball,
right?
To get a deflection and not to bat it and to only it's not a deflection. A deflection is something like if you're a catcher in baseball, you block it, right? It's just they get a little bitty piece of it and just redirect it. But it still goes in the net. That has to be the hardest thing in sports to do.
Crazy, dude. So the Panthers go up 1-0. Then it gets evened on up. Then Carter Verhaeghe. Oh, Swagoo putting the goal in.
Kachuk, he's got it on the end board. Shuffles it out to the right point. Verhaeghe there. Down to the far circle. Barkov at a sharp angle. Barkov looks around up front. They score! They score! It was tapped home. Carter Verhaeghe on the back door. And the Panthers take a 2-1 lead. 58 seconds into the third. A power play goal.
Yeah, dude. So the Cats go up 2-1. They hold it 3 minutes in. Lightning, like cowards, pull their goalie, trying to get that advantage. But you don't let Kachuk loose because he's going to make you pay.
And now it's Hagel looking up the near side for Kucherov. He'll backhand it down to our right. Back behind the net next Vlad. He's going to toss it off a stanchion. Bounces to Kachuk at center. Kachuk looks toward the empty net. He scores. Matthew Kachuk on the empty net. It's 3-1 Panthers with 2:05 to play here in the third. And the Panthers get the multi-goal lead, and they cash in on the empty net.
Oh, man, you hear the chance before that.
Yeah, that was a little light. That was a little early, though, for the empty net, right?
I thought so. Yeah, they were risking it, man.
It was only one goal.
Yeah, they were going out there. They were trying to make it happen, but they paid the price. The Bolts paid the price. Back at it tomorrow, game 2 from Amerant Bank Arena. That is a 7:30 puck drop for the Cats. What was that?
Almost had the Leroy situation.
Hey.
So close.
That Mike is undefeated. He moved up in class too.
Tonight in hockey action, you have Maple Leafs and Bruins game 2. Boston's up 1-0 in that series. Islanders in Udoka. That is at 7:30. The Carolina Hurricanes are up 1-0 in that series. Game 1 between the Golden Knights and the Stars tonight at 9:30. And then late tonight, 10 o'clock, the Kings and Oilers. That is your slate for tonight. So
I wonder if there's any hockey when we go to Vegas.
Well, it probably depends if they advance, right? First round probably going on.
First round still be going on.
That thing looks like a show.
It is.
You guys go to a game? Like, would you go?
Although, do you think they probably won't? They probably must have scheduled it. They wouldn't. I mean, well, there won't be that night. There won't be any hockey, right?
Right.
Maybe the night
they might do it. They might. Well, I don't know how long it takes to get get boxing ready. Like one day, right?
It's that long. I think the day. You know,
so I'm guessing maybe Thursday. They could do it Thursday or Friday.
I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll see if they have. I'm sure they have the schedule for that. For that
I'm telling you what, you got to go to their hockey games an hour early because they put on a production before the game.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Vegas loves the shows, dude. Tonight, the Cats, or last night, the Cats get the win in the afternoon. They'll be back at it tomorrow. Let's hear from our boy Bob. in the locker room afterwards and see what he has to say. We heard a little bit from him and our intrepid reporter, Vlad, boots on the ice.
Yeah, definitely. You know, every game is a big game. Every
Hey, look at Vlad.
It's a big
In
show.
the background.
And it's great to start with the win.
Is it difficult to stay locked into a game like that where you don't really see a lot of shots and there's lulls in the game?
Well, it is what it is. You know, you're trying to stay focused and read the game and be in a game. It was a tight game. You know, played not much room there for both teams. So it was it was good competition.
How much fun is it as a goalie to see your team do what they were doing that first 15 minutes of the forechecking and just bottling Tampa up in their own zone?
Yeah, it was a great start, definitely. I thought the fans set us up to help us, you know, with the good energy, and it was fun building to play, and it's a great win.
You guys haven't frustrated Tampa Bay many a time, but maybe in recent years, but you certainly did today. They looked frustrated. Did you notice that?
Honestly, I didn't think about that. So it's only one game. They are a good team. So and we enjoy it today and get ready for the next one.
Bob, the energy. What can you say about the energy in the building tonight for Game 1?
Yeah, it was outstanding. So it was a great, you know, playoff game, playoff fans. So it was a fun game.
What did you see on that save, that late save by Stamkos when he was over in the corner? Really kind of led to the net goal.
Yeah, I just try to push, you know, there and get as much body as possible. So and I was able to make a save.
Could you feel the intensity of this? I mean, two very good rival teams, all fighting for the same thing. We kind of felt it upstairs that there was a lot of tension out there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a playoff hockey. You know, again, it's two good teams play against each other, and there will be good intensity. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, you see Vlad?
I saw Vlad. Yeah.
Yeah, he should have asked the question. He should have asked the question.
No, he asked the first question. He asked the first question.
I was just more focused on whose arm was around him the whole
Dude, can I tell you something? That happened to me.
What?
That happened to me on what the hell was it? On Friday.
Just get out of here.
Bro. The Heat locker room is a really weird locker room. It's a circle.
Yeah.
But like you would have thought it was like the finals. How many people were around Tyler Herro? And then you see this, the Heat put out this photo of like Tyler Herro's stats, 24, 10, and 9, and 30 microphones in front of him. But this dude in front of me, you know, like all respect, but like you got a bunch of the noobs coming into the locker room, right? And, you know, I got like the news stations from Palm Beach there. And I'm just like, oh, all right. So I got to stand over there the way I like hold up the tripod. I got the mic around. And I definitely bopped this dude on the head like 3 times with my tripod.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you were the guy doing the
I was like
over the shoulder.
This guy's like he's squatting, right? Like he's squatting with his camera like real low, and like behind his head's like. My arm gets tired, you know. I got one like here, I got my arm stretched around like this, and dude in front of me is just like, but he can't do anything about it because he's got to keep the shot. You know the guy's like thinking to himself, like he's probably sweating because he's got the eyes. Like I just bopped that guy. I probably hit him on the head like 7 times.
You get cussed out of the reporter.
One more time.
Tyler, what'd you think of?
Bob that dude right in the
Oh no!
I feel bad. I'm sorry, WPBF cameraman.
Great, dude. He is questionable for
the Hey, that's the guy. He would turn around and go, "Hey, pal, I'm trying to do my job here."
Some people will. That guy didn't say anything though.
Oh no, because he was concussed. What
didn't say it. Just kept knocking him on the head, but I was like, I had no other way because you had 40 people in that locker room. I'm trying to get a picture of Tyler Herro so I could get some clips. This guy's standing in front of me. They all the cameramen they squatted like Voltron, and then they got their little anchor men behind them. Like we got about a rumble with Will Ferrell about to come out, and then this guy's just sitting there. He's blocking my way. I'm just like, all right.
Next time I want to see if you can like a pool chicken fight. See if you can get on his shoulders potentially.
People, listen, people get really like sensitive about it. I'm like, dude, first of all, I don't understand why all these cameras got to be so damn close. Like the mic's okay, but the camera's got like the best zooms ever. Like I don't have to be like.
My question is here. Why don't they just say no interviews in the locker room? If you want to talk to somebody, you go to the media room, and then everybody will get their shot.
Some players don't want to do it. Some players want to be in their locker
because they want to get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
I get it. Them's the breaks. Like, I mean, like you do. It is a little weird that's the only that sports is the only profession where people think you got to do what they ask you to do, right? Because if the whole world flips out if a media person don't feel it on that, if an athlete don't feel it on that day, right?
I think Tyler wants to listen. He had a great game.
But I'm just saying
he wants to talk. It's just there's so many people trying to talk to one person. And by the way, it also if Tyler wanted to do a solid, he could have stand it up, but he wants to sit at his cushy little seat, and so like you have to like then point it up. So then cameraman's gonna get.
That's never not funny, dude. This is why we're clowns, right? Nobody can take us serious.
Oh, bro, dude.
All the questions going on, the importance of the game, what Tyler was feeling. He almost got a triple-double, and the only thing Tobin was thinking about was, I keep hitting this guy in the head.
Look how many people are there. There, you see?
Is that you right there?
Yeah.
Right here? Well, you're taller than everybody, so you should be okay.
Well, this is the guy right here.
What is this guy in the back? What is he filming?
Nothing. He's filming nothing.
Nothing. He's filming backs.
But this guy right here in the white headphones, you can notice you can notice the bruising because I kept going.
I see a knot.
So, like you see, like I have my like tripod there, and I keep knocking him in the head.
Okay. Oh my goodness!
I apologize.
Wait. Even Tobin's like grim, like get this shot. He's like straining.
Yeah, because I also have my.
You can't hold it forever.
Because I have my recorder in the other hand, so I have my audio in one hand, so I can send it off to the radio peeps. And then I got the camera for the online stuff. And I'm like, man, this guy like in front of me, like look, good for him. He boxed me out strong, but I knocked him in the head like a good 7 times.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it just looks ridiculous. Like right? But here's the funny thing. Jennifer is right? You see how quick I found you in all those people?
Yeah.
Right?
It's a lot of people. This is a finals game? Like what? All right. Everybody's here.
And that was just for the play-in.
That was just for the play-in. Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen with the game on Saturday. Crazy. Anyway, take a quick break. That was our cat talk. Our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
By the way, the Marlins split their series with the Cubbies.
I saw they got a win yesterday. You know what that means? Nothing, because it wasn't at home.
Means nothing.
Damn it.
Means nothing for us.
That sucks. When they're gonna pull a heat on us. Be like 30-10 on the road and 2-30 at home.
Can't rule it out, dude. Can't rule it out. By the way, the Pinks also. Pinks are kind of rolling when it's not the tournament stuff. They're rolling in the MLS right now. They won 3-1. The GOAT himself. He had 2 goals and an assist. So Messi he killed Nashville.
So, but here's the thing: you have to realize that when they play in the CONCACAF and all that, that's almost like a step up in class.
Yeah, it's a step up in class, but it also like, I wonder from a MLS standpoint, like, they have so much invested because they get the games on Apple and that's all the things like, in a way, last year it was so much about the tournaments. Now it's like, all right, well, they're kicking ass in their season. So that's been good.
Right. Yeah. Well, especially for down here.
Yep.
But again, the thing that confuses me about soccer is you can play 5 games in a month and only 1 counts towards the MLS. I get lost. What is this game? What is it? I'm not familiar with CONCACAF teams. I'm not familiar with MLS teams. Okay, what is this for?
We'll have to
Like,
bring in.
they didn't make the playoffs. They didn't make the playoffs, and somehow they won a trophy.
We'll bring in Dan Day one day this week. He'll break it all down. He knows what's what, where's where, and how to go. But we know
I
one
want
thing.
Nigel.
The goat lit it up. So good for the Pinks. Take a break. Back into the Heat. 15 minutes of Heat is next. Sports right here on 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
How was your birthday?
Hello.
Birthday was good. Had a good time.
Doesn't sound very convincing.
Yeah, it didn't seem like
It was very good. Like, what is that tone?
What's going on with that?
Was it not that good?
Was it Leroy's fault?
Was it the Taylor Swift album?
Oh, the Taylor.
It brought me down bad.
She's very tortured. She's a tortured poet.
Is she?
That's
Really?
what she says. That's what the album's called. She's a tortured poet.
Seems like she lives a good life.
Well, listen, I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
You said it right there. It seems.
I saw that she was making those cinnamon rolls Bernie Kosar told us about with old Travis.
Yeah, no,
It was not a lie.
I would love it if Travis Kelce just comes in severely overweight this season just because Taylor Swift fattened him up in the offseason. Like, what if he comes back and he looks like Jason?
Whoa.
Like Patrick Mahomes is like, what happened? He goes, Taylor, she's too good a baker.
Maybe he'll identify more with Andy Reid and stop yelling at him then.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe he'll be more he'll be a little bit more sensitive to it.
A boy can dream.
The boy can dream. All right. So the Heat, they lose, they get blown out in game 1. Had their moments where it felt like they were going to maybe creep in. Boston hit them with a real haymaker to come out of the gate. Miami was able to cut it to 5. Looked like they had their moment in a couple pockets. Sam Hauser then lit them up from 3, really put the game out. Then Miami tries to squeak back in there in the third quarter, and they got to like 11, and they could have cut to single digits. Tyler turns it over. He had a rough game out there. Let's hear a little bit from Erik Spoelstra on his thoughts on Boy Wonder's performance. Oh, that's a lot of ice, Leroy. Here is Snow Tyler.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I said, they came out intent with intentions, to put a lot of pressure on him. Whether it's on the ball with pick and rolls or off the ball with the movement, we have to come up with some ways to shake him free and get him to his strength zones within the context of what we do. That's the playoffs. They're doing stuff to get their best players activated, and we have to do things that, get our best players going. And then also, other guys stepping up and making some plays to keep them honest.
I'm just looking at the guy that says Tobin ordered the code right on that dude with the white headphones. Way, dude.
Witcher. So, the pool guy, they came over to drop, they dropped extra tiles off.
Yep.
And I got him. I said, hey man, because the stuff was dropping in the pools, and it's staying the bottom of the pool because they do it every day. You can't just jump in there and clean it up. So some of the tar was hot, and I went in there and tried to scrub it out, and I was cleaning it out every day. And he's like, no, you sure this is not, from, I said, I took pictures.
Surveillance on the iguana poop.
I had to put surveillance on them because I knew nobody didn't want to be responsible. I just got my pool resurfaced. Nobody gonna want to be responsible for all these stains on the bottom of my pool.
Yep.
So got him.
The Heat, they had a struggle day from Tyler. Let's hear from Tyler. This is Tyler on what he thought went wrong in game 1. Here was Boy Wonder.
I credit to Boston. I thought they came out, with a lot of energy. They really, applied pressure from the beginning, on both ends of the court. Definitely making things difficult on our end offensively. And I don't think we played with enough, force and effort on the defensive end, especially to start the game. I think there was a couple of 50-50 balls, loose balls that we could have came up with, that they came up with, and that's definitely one of the areas we wanted to focus on in this game tonight.
Home teams this weekend, Leroy, 8-0, according to NBA University on Twitter, with a plus 87-point differential. Tim Reynolds says, first time since 2013 that the home team started 8-0 for the first 8 games of the playoffs.
Well, look at some of the matchups. I mean, that would be a better and bigger indication of it. You know what I mean? I was probably more shocked that happened in the West than in the East. I wasn't as shocked.
Last night was close. Thunder Pelicans was a close one.
Yeah.
Dame went off yesterday. Damn,
off.
If you want to talk about salt in the wound on yesterday for old Tobes, watching Damian Lillard score 35 in the first half. Doc, you had to be happy with that one.
Jose, what? He got me doing. He ain't me doing it on the sideline. Dame time. Give it to Dame. Right? I've been waiting for this for a long time. I thought my ass was gonna get fired after the season. The way this was working out.
I'm sitting here like DeLon right time.
So there was a point where on the court was like DeLon Wright, Haywood Highsmith, Duncan Robinson, Jaime, and like Jovic or something. And I'm like, this is what I'm watching right now. This is the basketball that I'm currently.
All I need from yesterday is just like Jovic just said it perfectly. He goes, Porzingis tall.
Right, boxed in. He had a couple good plays though, man.
Jovic, he did.
Look,
he did.
Here's what you need to know about Jovic. And I almost felt this way about Jaime. The moment wasn't too big for them.
No.
Right? And if you have young guys who play that way, then all the adjustments or what you have to do to try to win a game, you can include them in it because you know the moment's not too big for them.
Bro, I'll tell you one thing. Speaking of Nikola, did you see them do the did you see Nikola Jokic dressed as Gru?
No.
Oh yeah.
I saw it.
No. He's the new marketing guy for Despicable Me, and he's talking to a therapist. And he goes, "They just won't leave me alone." And the guy's like, "Who? The fans?" And he opens up the curtain. It's the Minions.
He had the whole outfit on and everything.
He had the scarf
included.
Jokic, he's out here. He's having fun. See, that's fun. You know, you don't have to force it on me like Jayson Tatum.
Right?
We're having fun. Anthony Edwards. He just terrorized Kevin Durant. Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I saw him.
You want to know like why that guy is such a bad. Apparently, Kevin Durant's his favorite player of all time, and I believe he said after the game, I think he said the best to ever do it. Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
he was so mean to him. Like,
but no, sports works differently. You honor your star by beating the brakes off of him, right? Because here's what he's thinking. Anthony Edwards thinking, if I think KG is the greatest, then I'm gonna have to bring my A game, and that he did.
Oof, he's good.
He's good. But what's crazy is we look at Ant-Man and we forget they got 2 7-footers inside.
Yep, sometimes 3 if they have. Well, Naz Reid doesn't really play inside as much.
No, he plays as backup to Rudy Gobert.
They got a good team. Still think that Rudy Gobert is going to ruin it.
Rudy Gobert things.
By the way, I haven't mentioned this all show. We've been focused on the game, but Bam Adebayo was named a finalist for the first time in his career for the Defensive Player of the Year award. Wow. I don't think he's going to win it. I think it's still going to probably go to old Eiffel Tower.
Right.
OG Eiffel Tower, because Wembanyama is the other finalist.
Right. What is this going to be, like 4 for him now?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to talk about this guy as like the greatest defender of all time, and I really don't think he's close to that.
But the good news is, and this was pointed out by Cooper Moorhead from Heat.com, it is a good indicator if you are a top 3 guy that you'll finish first team all defense, which will be the first time in his career, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
But so that's really great for Bam. That Bam will likely finish first team all defense. Maybe, maybe the voters came to their senses late, but I would imagine that Rudy Gobert is going to probably win it. But still good for Bam to be a finalist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That Ant-Man, went off. 18 in the third quarter.
He doesn't even he jumps and moves around. It looks so easy and smooth.
Guys, he looks and plays like Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
except thicker.
Yeah, and I think he kind of got into a more evolved game quicker than Michael did. I think Michael relied a lot on his athleticism early, and Anthony Edwards has athleticism, but he has some moves sometimes that I'm like, this guy's good. This guy
He's really good.
Really
What,
good.
you didn't notice that when he jumped over the backboard to block a shot this year?
Oh my goodness!
He hit his head on the rim. I knew when he killed Gabe Vincent 2 years ago that I was
Charge.
like,
That was a charge. That was a charge. That was
I haven't seen Gabe Vincent since then.
He's been playing all 3 games this year.
Lakers are back at it tonight. Yeah, game 2. Game 2 tonight. You have, you got Cavs Magic, which of course is on NBA TV. So good luck to you guys.
Cavs Magic should be on NBA TV.
7 o'clock, 7:30. Sixers and Knicks. I think that Tyrese Maxey is questionable. He might have the BGs. Illness is what they're saying.
Really? Better take a hey, take an Imodium and let's go. You can't wait. Let me ask you a question. Why you announce you have the BGs a day early?
I don't know.
Don't they go away?
He didn't say that. He says illness. It could be something else.
He didn't say that he did, but they said illness, and so I just assumed BGs.
Okay.
No. Dude, what are you doing?
Why? What should I assume?
I'll tell you what. I will go back to home base. I hit my home in Pigeon when I gotta go.
Said questionable with an illness. All right, so they lost game 1. Joel Embiid nearly broke his knee by dunking.
Yeah,
his first dunk attempt since coming back.
You know, it's amazing.
That's true.
Yeah, first dunk.
That was
attempt.
his first dunk attempt. How is that possible?
I mean, you saw what the hell happened. He probably knew. I got one dunk in me, dude. Jeez.
What's amazing about this weekend is I was amongst all the Cubans, but managed to have conversations with all of them.
Oh, nice.
Even though I thought your dad was scary. The dude he was playing dominoes with. Oh my goodness. The OG with the little cutoff arm. He had a cut off sleeve, just sit there swole.
That's our mechanic, actually.
Oh, that's the mechanic?
That makes sense. Right. And now it's his garage just in the front lawn somewhere.
Yeah.
You just bring it on over.
He's mobile.
By the way, we have an update on Heat Celtics beef.
What?
So Udonis Haslem is weighed in.
Oh, Scalabrine? Because you know Scalabrine don't want that smoke.
So he apparently commented on Scalabrine's interview with on Levitard, and if I saw this on Heat vs. Haters, they got the screenshot of this. And here's what UD said. He said, "Shut your sucker ass up." He got pushed. Brian, weak ass.
Jesus. I love this man.
You have to put the emphasis also on the exclamation points.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Can I hear one more time? What did he call him? A sucker ass?
That's right.
Okay.
Sucker ass Scalabrini.
Why do I think he just came off an episode of Shaft? Right? Like he just walked in with a black jacket, music start playing. Right, shut your sucker ass up.
Nobody's Udonis Haslem just like, what? He's just like, you can wait.
He was minding his own business, getting ready for a day's work, and then he said, "Who said what?
Celtics beef? What? Celtics?" Udonis Haslem's like, "I'll show you a code red." You might want to have your head on a swivel next broadcast, Scalabrini. Do they come down here? Does the Boston broadcast travel?
No way.
Because if the Boston broadcast travels, let me tell you something, dude. If the Boston broadcast team does travel down here, head on a swivel for old Scalabrini, because Udonis Haslem will be there, and he'll have the old vice president button down, and he'll roll up the sleeves like a Peaky Blinder.
I love how he actually went and commented on both posts. There's 2 of them.
Oh.
The first one is what we just read, and the second one, he goes again and says, "Shut your ass up."
Udonis Haslem, he's just so clear. In case he didn't get this post,
let me do it.
He'll get the next one.
I can just see him sitting down now.
Cleaned it up a little bit.
He said, "I don't think he got it. I'm gonna send it again."
I'm just gonna get again, like just so we're clear how much Udonis Haslem. Remember, Bam Adebayo told the story that he once said "F Bill Russell" before a game, just to rile up his team so much about how much he hates the Celtics. And
Oh, he
It's
said
just-
UD was on NBA TV yesterday.
Was he?
Mhm.
Very good.
According to Jerry.
Goosies. All right, we'll take a quick break. Mix things up coming up next.
Business.
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show.
What the hell happened to Tobin?
I don't know. He's somewhere. I really don't even know. There's no one here for him to be like.
He's sitting in the CatBird seat.
He is sitting in the CatBird seat. Sounds exactly like something he would do.
It does.
We are back on the Tobin and Leroy show. While we're here, before the show pony,
I want to know how long. I want to know how long the Cubans went at it. Because when I left, it didn't look like nobody was slowing down.
Yeah.
So when you left, everyone started dancing.
Oh, really?
That actually just got started.
No, because remember, they wasn't playing emo music. And they said, and they kept telling me this is Cuban emo.
So I was playing emo music for a while, and then they made me
and they all
stop.
hated it. Everybody got mad. So I didn't meet Scooby though.
You didn't meet Scooby, but Mel Rebecca did.
Yeah, they came in and they said Scooby liked them.
Yeah,
well,
they got along very well, actually.
Scooby's got a thing for the ladies.
Yeah,
he does.
Let's mix it on up there, Frog Boy.
Okay.
Oh, look who's back. Now he wants to rush through skits.
Look who decided to show up.
Sorry, somebody took up the host bathroom, so I had to walk all the way to the other side of the building.
The host, that's what that's called?
I don't know. Well, I mean, like, I assume that's what it's there for.
There should be a sign on there that say use at your own risk, because somebody gonna jiggle that damn handle and terrify the hell out of you.
That's a risk, and I do not take it ever.
I'm not using that as a combination. Like, it's supposed to be a drive-by one. Like, let's get it a little bit closer.
30 seconds, nothing.
But everybody's like hogging it on up. I got to walk all the way to the other end. Jeez. Anyway,
I know people have taken a shower in there.
I've taken a shower in there a couple times. Oh yeah. If I'm boots on the ground, I got to freshen up.
Tobin's a very clean dude.
The mixed bag is brought to you by Broward Health. Well into your future. What do we have today, Frog Boy?
We have words from Anthony Edwards.
Words means words.
From Ant-Man.
These words specifically. Is this Jaime in a commercial? Look at this. I'm smelling the coffee with
That's
Jimmy
him and
Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Oh, Jimmy, I miss you.
Jimmy Butler, that is a huge headband.
Jimmy Butler.
He almost looks like he's like has one of those nurses who wrap him up.
And you say I have the attention span of a gnat?
No way. Look, you see Jaime on TV, you gotta pay attention to that. Should have had Nico in commercial. Okay. Anthony Edwards praises Kevin Durant following about 2 hours of yelling at him to his face.
Anthony, when you're out there with Kevin Durant, can you see or hear the playoff experience that he has? Do you sense a level of poise that you hope to get to someday?
Man, did you see him in the third quarter? Like, I felt like we were supposed to be up 15-18 in the third quarter early. If I'm not mistaken, he made 4 or 5 straight buckets, like it was nothing. And I became a fan at one point. Like, I was out there like, God, he nice. Like, it's nothing we could do. It's nothing we could do. Cat was playing great defense. Rudy was playing great defense. And it's just like, he don't see you. Like, I'm looking at his stat sheet. He was 11 for 17. He missed 6 shots and had 31. He's the greatest to ever do it, man. He's big. My hat tilts to him. He's the best.
Man, I praise
as he embarrassed him.
The team.
You know what? I don't know if KD wants to hear that. Right?
No, I don't think so.
Like, no, because but Anthony Edwards does it with a smile and he's joyful and whatever. And KD is considered a grump.
So you just find out you just find out that people are interesting when you don't have to force mic'd ups down my throat.
Okay. Not lying. Not lying. Ready for some more in the mixed bag?
Yes, of course.
All right. It's going to upset you guys a little bit, though. I'm not going to lie to you.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm preparing you because it is someone who is a notorious flip-flopper, even more than our boy Tobin.
Scalabrine?
Oh, I'm not a flip-flopper.
Yeah.
Scalabrine?
No. We've
Tobin.
Scalabrine. There's
you're flip-flopping. You said you wasn't going to dress up like a baby.
I did.
You didn't
by the way,
You did.
By the way, I did. You want to know why? I was right. I'm a grown man.
Let me explain something to you.
A grown man.
Let me explain something to you. The only way you back out of a bet is if you have doubt, right? I had doubt when it came to Kyle Lowry. Now, he still got his numbers, but I had doubt. He let me back out of it. So I did. Right? You said, I think I'm right, but I ain't dressing up like a baby. Wow. So which means you had doubt.
But it doesn't matter because I won. So it doesn't
no,
matter.
You had doubts.
I won my
so
bet.
While you were going in there,
the only 3 babies on this show are you 3 babies.
The fact of the matter is your actions revealed doubt.
No, there were no.
Why did you say you weren't going to dress up like a baby?
Because it was a stupid thing to make me pay up. I would have paid up.
Oh, you said that.
Weren't you the one that organized?
You're the one that brought it up.
I have not paid up on a bet.
But you said you
When have I ever?
Wait, we didn't ask you to dress like a baby. You said that.
It was a ridiculous thing you guys are going to hold me to because
but
Jimmy
again,
Butler tore his knee.
Again. If you didn't have any doubt, there would have been no need to renege on the bet.
I didn't renege on the bet because I won the bet.
Do you won? Hold on. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. But if you didn't have doubt, you wouldn't have said, I'm not doing it.
You want to know who keeps bringing up things that don't matter? Babies. You're acting like a baby right now. Because I didn't have to dress up because the
team
won.
If it didn't matter, then why'd you keep bringing it up?
Yes, then why did you back out of it?
You guys are I didn't back out of it.
You did.
I didn't back out of it. Did it come to fruition or not? Did the Heat win or lose?
You said you weren't dressing up like a baby.
The only way no diapers for me because I'm a grown up. You're the baby.
That's right. You guys are the babies.
You
that's
brought
right.
That up by yourself.
Immature people that I do this show with.
I didn't even say anything.
You guys go home, you drink your juice boxes, and you watch Bluey.
Oh, I do like
3 babies.
I don't even know what that is.
Bluey's a good show.
Like
extended cut.
What do you have for us, Marcos?
Yes,
I'm not a flip-flopper either.
prior to you guys even get there, you're already fired up, and this is going to fire you up even more. Kendrick Perkins.
Oh, Jesus.
He says the Miami Heat could shoot 100% and still get swept.
Really is levels to this. I mean, the Miami Heat could go 100% from the field and 100% from the 3, and they're still going to get swept in this series. They just don't have the personnel to match up with the Boston Celtics. That's it.
Okay, well, I'm going to say mathematically, if they did shoot 100% and 100% from 3, that they will indeed win that game.
Is he using a little what we call Tobin exaggeration?
He's being a little bit much. Can I tell you something that kind of annoys me about Kendrick Perkins?
Yeah, sure.
And it's really not about Kendrick Perkins, but it's Malika Andrews. When she comes in from the studio and she goes, let's go to a guy who knows about winning championships with the Boston Celtics. And I'm like, well, why are we pluralizing one? I'm just curious. Like, do we lose track of counting? He's not a multiple-time champion. It's one. Like when they. Here's another thing that's a little ridiculous. When they put up Boston Celtics, oh, all right, Mike Breen here as they go for their 18th title, the most in NBA history, and would match the Lakers. When we're talking about Minneapolis Lakers, right? Winning titles and the Celtics winning the all intangibles flags.
Oh, when they won like 9 in a row?
Do we really need to count those anymore? Like, are those things that it's like, oh, yeah, like, all right.
There's a phrase for that, Tobin. You know the phrase a lot of people use?
What's that?
Modern day basketball record.
Telling you, dude.
Right?
Well, let's go to Perk, who knows something about winning championships. No. If you want to have, hey, Malika, do me a favor. You know what you guys should do? Hire Udonis Haslem, who's won championships in his career.
Do you think anybody would dispute? Like, could you imagine the argument on the set with UD?
Let me tell you something about ESPN. They don't have the guts to hire UD.
Why not?
Because they don't have the guts. Because they want to keep it their little Celtics utopia. You know, they want to keep it with all their little Celtics friends. And let's talk about the Celtics and try and make Jayson Tatum interesting. Ridiculous, dude.
You know, it's not his fault he's not interesting. He's just who he is. Nothing wrong with that. Why do we think every athlete?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, why do they have to make him more than he is?
More personable than he is.
He's good at basketball.
Right.
That's
it.
That's great.
It. That's fine.
But the mythology and he loves Kobe and he's just enough of him already. It's enough. And JJ Redick too. It's enough of him already too.
Anybody you like on that set?
Anytime he brings up JJ,
it's like hilarious. Wait, it's like we didn't. The game,
make it really hard for us to believe
the
that you
game
still
hadn't
like
even
him.
started yet. They're doing like their pregame stuff right before the game starts, and all I see is bzz, bzz, enough with JJ Redick already. Like, wait, he hasn't said anything yet.
Just that hair, dude. Just like looking at you.
Like, and he goes, "We get it, Doris. You like Boston,
Dude,
like,
Doris Burke, enough of her already. What happened to her?
Wait, who do you like doing the games? Out of curiosity.
Kevin Harlan. I'll tolerate Reggie Miller with Kevin Harlan.
But that's the team.
I like
you can't mix it. That's the team.
I like Mark Jones with anybody, but not Jimmy Redick.
Yeah, I used to like Van Gundy, Breen, and
I like Van. Yeah, I didn't mind Van. I mean, like they were the two. Like Leroy would say, they're the old Muppets. Those two, him and Mark Jackson.
They could just go to argue about it. I liked it though. Oh my god, you
guys. Well, no one watched it, of course, because I mean, why would you? The Magic and the Cavs, the first couple minutes of the game actually had no broadcasters because of an ESPN technical difficulty.
Did they really?
And it was actually the best thing I've ever seen. They should actually
just watch hoops.
You heard the crowd noise, you heard the crowd arena, but
they've done that before. They've tried. They've done games without announcers to see how it.
I think, thankfully, Wednesday's game you also get Eric and John if you want.
Oh, thank God.
I think I'm not positive.
But yeah, I mean, the game, they hadn't even done the tip-off yet. And all of a sudden, bzz, bzz, enough of this JJ Redick. I'm like, what happened? The game hasn't even started. And he's already hosting.
What do you think of that one, Doris?
And then Doris Burke said, Boston Celtics. And enough of Doris. Come on. Can she love Boston anymore?
Loves Boston. She's like, that's a no call for me, JJ. Oh really?
My God.
Really? It was a no call. Why, Doris? Because it was the Celtics?
like, talk about going into the game with a predisposition, right? Like, you looking for reasons to be mad.
I'm not looking for reasons to be mad.
Yes, you are. The game hadn't even started yet. You hose two people down. They couldn't even do their pregame.
He just wants us to agree with him.
I'm not looking. You guys think how you want to think. I mean, you guys have group three babies, but like, I'm just sitting here. It's enough of JJ Redick already.
And then you hosing up. What about Doris Burke? She got hit by shrapnel.
All
she said was Boston was really good. And enough of this Doris Burke. Can she love the Celtics anymore? I'm like, wow, now you have to Doris Burke?
Jayson Tatum is looking to exercise the demons. I'm like, he is? Well, Jimmy Butler's not here to exercise, so I would hope so.
Is that the way you watch a game?
No, just like exercise. Like, well, let me tell you something. If he certainly can't do it now, what is he?
You can't sit down in front of the TV with all that hate in your heart, dude. Like, you just,
but he does.
He's like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Like, holy smoke! Like, the score was 0-0, and you swear it was 30-0 the way Tobin was hitting us up. Like, wow.
I don't remember saying anything that bad.
Dude, you said enough for two people before the game started.
Give us one more, Marcos, in the mixed bag today.
All right, let's go ahead and switch on over to a little bit of football, if that's okay. Indeed. Are you guys familiar with the podcast $1 Million Worth of Game?
I've seen clips before. I've never listened to a whole episode.
Well, recently one of the guests was our very own Tyreek Hill.
Man's making the rounds lately.
He is indeed making the rounds. He had a nice little nugget there on Mike McDaniel's leadership and how he was called out following their loss to the Chiefs. This is what the Cheetah had to say.
From the meeting room with the coaches calling you out in front of other guys, because a lot of guys aren't used to that. A lot of guys aren't used to sitting inside of a meeting room, being the best player on their team their whole entire life, and then a coach saying, bro, you suck this play.
You ever had somebody say that to you?
Oh yeah, this year, Miami Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Like the player against Snead, the Chiefs. Everybody see this play against the Chiefs, motherfucker down into the floor. He called me out. He like, Reek, bro, you supposed to be the best player in the league, and you got this guy putting hands all over you like that. Man, we pay you all this money for what? And for me, I love that because I'm gonna take that to heart and I'm gonna get better from it. That'll never happen again to me in my life, man. You feel me? If a motherfucker not hold me accountable, I feel like I'm not gonna be able to get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously the coaches can bypass that, you know what I'm saying, and just be like, he'll get better from it. But if he's not saying nothing, like the other guys in the locker room, they're gonna look at it as, oh, if Reek can do it, I can do it. And that's not getting the team better. I need everybody to get better, bro. You know what I'm saying? Baby brother Waddle, I got him up under my wing trying to teach him. I'm like, bro,
He adult.
I want everybody to get paid, bro.
Wow.
Hey,
Love that. I like it. That's
there's
juicy right there.
Yeah. There's some truth to that.
Goosies.
But it's how, like, and this is what I think, here's where the respect comes from with Mike McDaniel. Like, he ain't trying to, like, a lot of coaches will say things to protect themselves, right? Like, oh, we got to get better at this. We got to better. And if I can't find, I'm going to find somebody who, you know how coaches go out there. Mike McDaniel won't say that in public, but behind closed doors, he getting after it. And so you can respect that. That was one of the things that one of the things that people liked about Bill Belichick. You have never heard Bill Belichick call out a player in front of the media, right? Never did it, ever.
Never heard him sound like he did the other day too, where he's all chipper.
My goodness, yeah. But counterpoint, he only praised LT in front of the media also. He wouldn't even praise Tom Brady. Dude won 6 championships. He goes, we're good at that position. We feel like he never did it.
I can see Mike McDaniel's a fiery guy, This guy. Yeah,
he wears it. He wears it. He wears his emotions, and that's fine as long as everybody knows where you're coming from. You know what I mean?
What?
You think he wears his emotions?
Yeah.
You think he's just fired up?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the same guy that self-proclaimed.
I'm a big snack time guy.
Now you think he wears his aggression?
Well, if you don't have your snack, imagine that he's hangry.
All right.
If Mike McDaniel doesn't have like a Go-Gurt, he's gonna be light.
As small as he is, he's not eating a whole bunch of food. Let's be clear.
That's not Mike McDaniel's way.
Just look at me and Tobes. Like we gonna be walking around Vegas and we gonna always be chewing, right? Like you gonna be snacking on something.
Mike McDaniel looks like he carries trail mix in a Ziploc in his pocket.
Hey, you know where we staying, right?
Yeah.
You know what that means? That $700 pizza joint at 2 a.m. It's the most expensive pizza I ever had in my life, but it's the only place open.
Not very good either.
Tell you what, expensive pizza.
Don't lose.
Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Raziel.
Oh,
the great.
Yep.
Any news on Terry's neck?
Mm.
Not going to read the second part of that. His neck is apparently week to week. I think I saw Iris say that they were going to reevaluate in like a week's time. So he wouldn't be even close, I think, until game 3, which thankfully for the first round, there is breaks between 1, 2, and 3.
Isn't the next game Wednesday or something
Next
like
game
that?
is Wednesday.
That's crazy.
So I don't think he'll be back for then. Maybe game 3. But Spo did, like, I will say, you know, Spo, who doesn't hint much on this stuff, Spo keeps saying, like, he mentioned, like, with Jimmy Butler, who he was like, you know, he was gutted for Jimmy, but he's like, but also for Terry. And I was like, that's not a great sign.
Oh,
It didn't make it sound like Terry Rozier was anywhere close to
I thought you were
coming
going to give me
back.
good news.
No, I don't have good news on it. I don't really know,
That is
but it doesn't sound great with Terry. Now, Terry was on the bench in the play-in game. But yeah, I don't know, dude. He is apparently week to week. I saw Barry said that it wasn't career threatening, so that's good.
Okay, great.
Because you always got to be careful with neck injuries. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything positive to say on Terry Rozier. We don't really know, and
that hurts.
But apparently, I don't even think you should even try to expect him to play up until maybe the back end of this. If he could extend this series, maybe I think is the way it goes. Maybe, but that starts with them having to get one on the road on Wednesday. Take these 2 days, and I do think that Spo, you know, you give him a couple days to adjust to things. Certainly need a better performance from Tyler Herro. You have to, you know, and I am curious. Is this, you know, we talked about this a little bit earlier in the show. Does Spo play with the idea of tinkering with the starting lineup? But I also think that depends on how healthy and what workload can Duncan Robinson put out there. I think that's a big part of it as well. Like if Duncan Robinson is fine, and he looked better the Friday game, like health wise, just running around, getting open. Certainly looked more like himself, but I don't know with traveling to Boston and the tight turnaround. I don't know if that has any effect on him. I would certainly say with 2 days off, that would make it look a lot better. Like Tyler was making this point. Do you have that on him on having more energy for this next game coming up on Wednesday? Because he felt like, you know, that the Heat should definitely have a little more juice to them coming into game 2 than they did in this first game.
Yes.
You don't have it. Why don't you just nod?
No, I don't think that had an impact at all. If anything, we should have been coming out with more energy and fire from the beginning since we've been playing. They were resting for almost a week, so I think that was more of on our part. You know, we just pretty much played in a playoff game 2 days ago, and we didn't bring that same energy and that same force to tonight that we did in against Chicago.
Well, that's because you're playing Chicago.
Well,
there's your big difference. You
were playing at home against Chicago.
You're playing Chicago. Like there's going to be a difference there when it's Chicago sitting there. And I will say though, that Chicago, man, they send a lot of media. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. You guys for 4 games under 500, you guys are still rolling in here. So
that's right. You gave that cameraman a concussion, right?
Well, that guy was a local guy.
Oh.
Palm Beach. He was a Palm Beach cameraman, but
poor thing.
Right on the head. So multiple knocks on the head for him.
So great.
He deserved it.
He did it on purpose.
Bunch of Johnny come latelys.
Yeah, true.
Get out of here. Meanwhile, get to the rest of our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks again.
Where's Leroy?
Where is Leroy?
Don't know.
I felt like the last segment or last hour when he was telling us that he had evidence against his roofers or something like that. That was like a good crowning moment. I didn't realize that he was going to take him to trial immediately right after. So
Leroy needs like a ring light so he can just immediately pipe in on the microphone immediately.
Leave some messages. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he needs to get going.
I would actually, I'm kind of interested in what he's always doing. So I would prefer a cameraman to follow him around the house instead. I just want to see now, who is he yelling at? Is he capturing his dog? Has he forgotten all concept of time and is currently eating a sandwich? You never know with Leroy. Is he hopped up on the iced coffee he had?
Definitely.
It's true. You never really know with Leroy.
He definitely.
I walked away from him for a couple seconds, and when I come back on Saturday, he's giving relationship advice to my friends.
There you go.
Wow.
It's very random.
Words of wisdom. That's what he's got for everybody.
I'll trust him. I'll take his words.
We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this.
Boom, 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 boom,
Leroy, can you go to weather update from the domestic?
You sure can.
Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Gotta tell you, all these beautiful days of sun and light breezes have since gone away. It's mostly cloudy, rain showers, and I can see the sun poking in. Winds are coming out of the west. I would say, man, the clouds are moving faster than my trees. I would say it's about 10, 15 miles an hour. But on Earth, it looks like it's only like 5 miles an hour. Other than that, I would look for the showers to continue because it does look like we have that kind of breeze. Temperature's probably,
over here.
is it 85? It just stopped raining over here too. Got to be like 85 degrees, if not warmer.
How'd you do, Frog Boy?
85 degrees. Winds out of the northwest, 10 miles per hour. Indeed, there will be scattered showers and thunderstorms with a small possibility of hail.
Hail?
What?
Yeah, indeed.
Hail?
Yes, as in all hail the
Hail's
Miami
not
Heat.
real.
What?
What?
Every time everybody's like, "Oh, hail!" I'm like, when have you actually seen hail?
I've actually have seen.
I've seen hail.
Couple
When have you
times.
seen hail? When?
I've seen hail.
You haven't seen
When
hail.
I was
Hail ice?
Hail is last second of the game. You just throw a ball up.
That's a Hail Mary, jackass.
Same thing.
Speaking of hail, Jimmy Butler sounds like his knee is in hail because Shams this morning did not give a great diagnosis as where things are with Jimmy Butler's injury, saying that it sounds like it's going to be at least a month or more should the Heat be able to advance. This was Shams today on FanDuel TV.
Loud. Shams, this is another one, another giant superstar. Unfortunately for him, his team was not able to get a win in his absence. Do we see Jimmy Butler at all in this series potentially?
Michelle, it's crazy to me that Jimmy Butler played 3 quarters with what I'm hearing now was a severe MCL sprain. He is not going to be back in this series. This is a rehab that's going to go at least 1 month, could be 2 months of rehab. This is something that Jimmy Butler is going to have to work on. It's seriously remarkable to me that he played 3 quarters on this injury. They identified it essentially in the 12 hours after the game. They knew what he had suffered. Thankfully for him, it wasn't the ACL. It wasn't a meniscus. But even if the Heat were to advance in this first round, somehow, it's still very, his postseason availability very much up in the air. But I think, again, I'm still stunned. The more I hear about it, the more I think about it, that he played through that. And now he is, beginning rehab.
Jeez. All right. Well, not great. Thanks, Shams.
I mean, you had to know.
He lies. I can't.
Like
trust
no,
him.
but what did you think was going on with him?
I was hoping if we could dog this one out, be back for round 2.
Yeah.
Really? Like, did you?
No Jimmy for the playoffs.
We'll be nice. We'll take this
here.
one to 7.
I love the way you guys think with your hope and not base your opinion on what you see.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler, he's tough. You
That's
just heard
what-
it.
you can-
You just heard it right there.
You could be the toughest man in the world, okay? But guess what? Guess when the real injury comes out? When you go to sleep and get up the next morning, right? So if he was walking that bad, leaving the arena, what do you think a night's sleep and getting up in the morning that thing look like?
Stings.
I love the way you say, "Oh, it's only an MCL."
Well, you didn't even know it was an MCL last week, dude. You thought it was an ACL. You terrified me.
Yeah.
You're like, he's not going to be back till January. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Just listen. I'm not going to give any prognosis or whatever. Watch how long it is before they say Jimmy Butler is doing basketball stuff again.
For an MCL?
Watch how
he's not going to be back for the regular season?
Dude, what do you Okay, Mr. Deadfoot, what do you think a basketball player on any type of knee injury is going to look like?
Well, I mean, listen, I'm looking at Joel Embiid, nothing good.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler's not 7'2".
Oof. I mean, every time he walks down, I think I really do think it's curtains for him every time he goes up and down the court. Joel Embiid, not Jimmy Butler.
Right, but that okay. Like,
by the way,
yeah,
did they take stuff out of his did they take his meniscus out for the surgery?
you can't take it out.
What do you mean they can't take it out? Don't they snip it? That's what happened to D Wade.
You snip it, but depending on how much you have to cut, it determines how serious it is. I had the same thing just recently.
And then it's bone on bone.
Right. And that's bone on bone is the worst possible scenario. Because you can like you just like it's flip a coin on how you feel.
Brutal.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
like, no, it's not. No, like you guys stop it with that. I love the way like, oh, he should be back in a couple of weeks. He should be
Nobody
back.
said he should be back. I was just wondering when could he be back. I didn't realize this was going to be something where he's probably toast for the playoffs, even if the Heat were able to advance.
Yes.
When we
Because like 2 months puts you at the end of June, and that's over. That means the season's over.
Exactly.
This guy lies, dude. What do you mean he lies? This is setting it up perfectly. A lot of times, these injuries happen towards the end, and your star player ends up missing the finals. No, we're getting the exact opposite. We're going to take this series to 7 and buy a little extra time. If not, we just gentleman sweep them, And you can't gentleman sweep them without giving up one game. I mean, come on, Boston. It's the first time you've won a game 1 against the Heat since 2010. Grow up. Anyway, once we get past that, Jimmy Butler's going to return right in time for the finals. It's a Cinderella story. Everyone's going to be crying. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait.
I mean, if we were to do that, that'd be probably like the middle of June. I mean, it's not impossible. He did
Well,
say
there you
just
go.
not a month. I mean, it'd be like 6 weeks, So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I mean, if we could just push it, because once we get past Boston, we're basically cakewalking through the East.
Look at that.
Here's what's amazing.
Look at that.
I have 2 knuckleheads determining an injury in which they've never had and an injury that requires a lot of jumping and running around.
Yeah, but he's rehabbing. He's not getting surgery.
He's maniacal too.
So if he's rehabbing,
That doesn't. Listen. If you have rehab instead of surgery, that does, depending on what you would have to do, that does speed up the process. Okay, but the process is still going to be a minute. So just stop it with that.
I'm not stopping anything. Like I didn't start anything. I was just getting some clarification. Now, if I could only get Shams to give us an update on Terry Rozier's neck.
Wow. Yeah, I need something on that.
If we could get something there.
I don't even remember when he heard it, to be honest. It's been so long, I feel.
When did Terry Rozier heard it?
Yeah.
I think he heard it against Houston. It happened in the game before the Pacers game.
Wow. That was... I mean, he's already been down a couple weeks. I hope it's not too much longer. Yesterday, one of the things that I saw is once Tyler Herro, got into his shell as they approached him with a double team, the one thing I was thinking is of all these people that we have on the court right now, really no one can create their own shot other than Terry Rozier and maybe Nikola. But it was a rough watch, man. Without Scary Terry, without Jimmy Butler.
It's a lot of firepower gone.
It is a rough watch.
And a Duncan Robinson who we're not quite sure how healthy he is.
Correct.
And
but we just assumed he was just going to bounce right back after a couple of games too.
He looked better. He looked better on Friday, but
Dude,
I don't know if the travel did to him. It's tough to know. Hard to say.
Can I
illegal air?
Can I just say this? Okay. Looking good and being able to play good are 2 different things, right? You can go out there and run around and make yourself look like you're doing basketball stuff, but it's a whole nother level to actually be able to perform with your injury. And so you guys are like, oh, it looked like he was moving around. Like, come on, stop. I know what you want. You would like everybody healthy. Hell, so would I. But the reality of it is that you got guys who are banged up, right? Jimmy Butler ain't coming through that door. Stop acting like, oh, if we just get
Not
to
till
game
June,
6.
at least, you know.
No,
Yeah, I agree
no,
with that.
if we can get to game 6, if we can get to game,
if we could get to a game 6
Here.
in the Eastern Conference Finals, possibly.
I promise you, you won't hear Jimmy Butler doing basketball stuff till June or July. Okay?
July?
Yeah.
What if we advance here, right? And then
You,
all of a sudden,
you can't play games with injuries like this. They linger.
yeah, but even if we have to deal with the cranberries, dude, like all I'm saying is we could also come through as long as we get through this, and then it's a cakewalk, right? Because we're gonna end up with like what Cavs Magic. Come on.
Easy.
So we get through that easily, right? And then we're at the Eastern Conference Finals, probably against the Knicks. And it's like, hey, we get through the Knicks. All we got to do is like get this to like 6, 7, and then all of a sudden we're gonna start hearing by game 4, hey, here Jimbo. All of a sudden,
And you're basing this off of what?
Just feel.
I like it.
So now it's 3 of you.
Oh,
Just can't rule it out. You can't rule it out. I'm not ready to rule it out yet. I think you're
Not ready to rule it out.
I'm not ready to rule it out. You can't count out Jimmy Buckets. You know, there's.
I'm not
defies science.
I'm not counting out Jimmy Buckets. I'm counting out Jimmy Buckets' knee.
No, you don't want to do that because
Okay.
you've heard of how playoff
Okay.
Jimmy.
This is not. Look, this is not a hate. This is like, dude, it's not as simple as you guys are making it.
Okay, but you know about playoff Jimmy. Now we got rehab Jimmy. Rehab Jimmy is going to attack this day. We're talking.
I'm Debbie Downer. No, he'll be back next week.
I'm just saying,
You
like
idiots. He'll be back next week. No. We'll wait for Jimmy next week. Just get us a game 5 and Jimmy will return. That's what you want to hear? That's dumb. It's stupid.
What if we put him on the pool treadmill? All right, take the pressure off. Right, a little zero gravity. You know, just get the.
Now
Just
we're
get
gonna
the
train him
blood
like a
flowing.
horse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Like a horse. Dude. He is our horse. He's our lead pony.
That's true. You saw what he did in that commercial. He's very one with horses.
Yep.
The horse was doing all the work. He was riding the horse.
He dunked from the free throw
What
line.
if we allow Jimmy Butler?
On
The horse
the
does
horse.
what you tell the horse to do.
Would the league be against him actually playing on horseback?
You're onto something there, buddy.
This was all a sign.
You're right. You're right, RVA Richie. Meep meep is gonna meep meep.
What do you mean?
That's what you do. You guys are like.
Take a quick break. Play a little All Right, I'll Know to close things out after this. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. It's a little all right. Oh, no. To close out our Monday. If you missed any of today's show, get the Tobin and Leroy podcast available for you on all podcast platforms and on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. You guys can listen to us on demand there. Use the rewind feature. If you guys want to watch the show, you guys can go back on Twitch and on YouTube. We got our clips up there on demand, so you guys can watch that there as well. You guys can go watch the full broadcast. Go subscribe today, Miami 560 WQAM today on YouTube and on Twitch. Ooh, we're doing a live mock draft right now, and they just did the Dolphins pick on the NFL Network. The Miami Dolphins select Jackson Powers Johnson. He's got to be the most popular mock draft pick I've seen out of everybody that's fallen to the Dolphins at 20.
Got a cool name.
He does have a cool name, JPJ.
Jackson Powers Johnson. I like it.
But now, maybe I want a Graham Barton. Duke intangibles.
Thick neck.
Thick neck. My all right. Come on, you already know. Sergei Bobrovsky.
All right.
Big time saves. Didn't need to do many yesterday, but he needs some important ones. They all matter against that Lightning team who are going to be tough to kill. Kucherov, Vasilevsky, just still giving you a heart attack. Panthers probably should have been up like 4-0 yesterday. This guy.
Vasilevsky, that dude. Whew.
Tough to get by. It's gonna take everything to kill these rivals. But thankfully, you got a great game from Bob yesterday. You got your timely goals. So he gets my all right. My oh no pains me. Boy wonder.
Oh no.
I need more from you, dude. I need more. Nice. This is your moment, Tyler. This is your moment. You got to go out there. You got to start draining threes. You're not going to let somebody else be top intangibles on the floor, are you? Sam Hauser? You're going to let that happen in Boston, Tyler? That can't happen. You can't allow Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser to outplay you, okay? That can't happen, Tyler, all right? If you're really serious, I want to be untouchable. I want to perform on the stage. You got to start by not getting outperformed by Pritchard and Hauser. He's my own no. Leroy?
All right. I think I'm going to give a little love to the Pinks.
Oh, the Pinks!
Everybody's participating. We don't have any leaves of absence for whatever's going on in the world, and they play pretty good, right? Is that considered a hat trick? Assist and 2 goals?
I don't.
Bro, that's a brace. When you only score 2 goals, that is known as a brace.
Oh, because I know in hockey they count all of them, right? Assists.
Yeah.
No, you don't get a hat trick unless you score goals.
Oh, look at that.
All right. So anyway, kudos to Messi and Suarez and all them guys, because the way they've been playing around the world, they should make mincemeat of the MLS, right?
All right.
Busquets.
He put the biscuit in the Busquets.
Oh, did he?
Oh, did he?
Okay.
My oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I gave one to Scalabrine.
Bum.
I got to give one to Big Perk.
Oh no!
You can't go from one time saying they don't want that smoke to the next line saying I don't think they could score. They could go 100% and still lose. Right? Make up your mind. Right? You can at least keep it politically correct.
Let me just tell you something right now, Leroy.
What?
If the Heat win game 2, all right. If I hear Dem Goons from Miami,
oh god.
If I hear that,
it's coming. It's coming.
If I hear that from Perk after saying that the Heat could go hundy and not win a game, if I hear Dem Goons from Miami after they even up this series, I'm gonna be hot. All right. You be forewarned. Keep your Shamrock undies on there, Perk.
Yeah.
I don't want any of your support. Never did, never will.
We don't want to see any of those shirts that say it either.
Yeah. No more shirts, no more merch. Take your loss from the 2012 finals.
Yep.
And get out of here.
D-Wade dunking on your head, dude. What do you got, JFig?
Well, I think you guys should also give some love to the Marlins. What? They're doing what they can. Okay.
All right, yeah, they're doing what they can.
They split their series, okay, with the Cubs.
Hey,
okay?
I would have gave them more if they would have did that at home, and I would have got a Whopper Jr.
True.
You can't get one right now, okay?
No, you can't. They didn't win at home.
Not for the
doing
freeze.
what they can.
They're doing what they're trying
Hey,
their
hey,
best.
hey, gather, hey,
They're trying their best.
Go,
okay?
guys! You're trying really hard. Get them. Way to go.
AJ Puck still stinks though.
All
Yeah,
right.
Way to go,
Hey,
Jazz.
Mike,
Way to go.
You may be onto something with that fade the puck. And
Oh, dude,
you
if they
may
put
be
him
onto
out there
something
for another start, I'm whatever. I can bet the mortgage against him. He's gonna give up
Oh,
bombs.
you know if you do that, he's gonna throw a no-hitter, right?
Win-win.
All right, so the Marlins doing
My
what they
all
can.
right. My all right
Doing what they
also goes to everyone who attended my party.
Oh,
Leroy.
Leroy.
By the way,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, my first comments to JFig was, your ass should never be late. It did not take me that long to get here.
First of all, he's out here doing math on a weekend, okay? On a weekend when no one's in the street.
She goes,
Running any train.
why are you out here doing math on the weekend?
There's a big difference, okay? There's no school on the weekend. There's no traffic on the
You
weekend.
could argue driving down that south on a Saturday is harder than getting to work.
Yes.
That's still crazy.
Crazy.
You zip right to it. Boom, 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 boom. 35 minutes.
And then no, after that he goes and mentions, but I did have to go ahead and put gas.
I had
halfway
to,
through.
at the halfway point, I had to stop and refuel.
Exactly. Like, how does that make any sense?
What
Anyway,
is
I really
your
did
opening
appreciate
story?
him being there and the way that my friend decorated my household with
The twins?
the
They're
twins.
Not They're
The
not twins, but they look like.
How
Yeah, I
friendly. your
posted
mom's
all their
friendly.
information online. They did an amazing job with all the balloons and whatnot. And the oh no for me is you bums for not showing up.
Oh! I was working.
Call off.
Bum. Call off.
You're right.
Call off.
Hey, sorry there, boss. I gotta be at JFig's birthday.
When you're right. You're right.
Exactly. It's a valid excuse.
Wait, what was on the menu?
Everything, dude.
Everything.
Hey,
Oh, I
let
should
me
have
tell
called.
you. Hey, let me tell you. We had a little bit of everything. Little meatballs, little sausages,
Yeah.
and some
Leroy loves sausage.
yeah. Oh, I put some sausage up. And all kinds of stuff, including
Pastelitos.
the biggest cake I've ever seen in my life. Dude,
We
it was
still
about
have
this.
half. Do you guys want some cake? I can bring some tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, you
There's
still
so
had
much
stuff?
cake. So much
The cake was this tall.
Mm,
And she
wow.
goes, it's part
4
red
layers.
velvet,
Yeah.
half part half
It was red velvet on top and chocolate chip on the bottom.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yes.
I was gonna judge you for still having an exotic cake at the age that you've reached, but that sounds great.
No, it wasn't an exotic cake, it was just a big one.
Double flavors is exotic.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
What do you got, Frog Boy, for all right? Oh no.
I'm gonna start with my oh no because it's shorter. I couldn't help but say oh no as I watched Damian Lillard put up 35 points in the first half of his game.
What did he end up with? Just 35?
We just ended up with 35.
Completely
That's it.
disappeared in the second half. Man, dodged a bullet. But we could have used that 35 in the first half as I watched my team struggle to put up a basket. So that was rough. But my all right. Oh, my all right. We've been watching and monitoring this situation for the past 2 to 3 weeks. I even sent a text out at I believe it was 1 a.m. to you guys in concern or in reference to this. Drizzy Aubrey Graham Drake.
Oh,
he has done it again. He has done it again. A new entry into the beef, which I think was a knockout blow. But this is a little weird, though. I almost feel as if Kendrick Lamar was getting patched up in his corner after the first round. And as he was getting patched up in his corner, before the bell rang again, Drake stormed to the other side and knocked him out as he was on his stool. Is that legal? You're not allowed to do that, I'm assuming, right?
No, that's like $1 Million Baby when that happened.
What has this beef gone to? What's going on?
So the reason I feel that way is because this past weekend, as we still await a response from Kendrick Lamar, Drake decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and double up on my attack then while I wait for your response. Now, a lot of accusations came out in regards to Drake's first diss that it was AI. So what does Drake do? He utilizes AI to write a verse and perform it in the voice of Tupac and in the voice of Snoop Dogg.
So the AI wrote the lyrics and he impersonated Snoop Dogg?
No, he wrote the lyrics and then rapped them, and AI turned.
Are we
his
sure that
voice.
the AI didn't rap them?
So eventually it fades off in the middle of the song and goes back to Drake's normal voice. So, maybe someone else wrote it. Who knows? Just the idea of utilizing the two biggest names in West Coast rap to taunt Kendrick Lamar was amazing. But if that wasn't enough,
Snoop weigh in on this?
Snoop was like, what the hell just happened? Because he hears his voice on a song that he clearly didn't rap on, and he's very confused by the whole situation because he's old. But it's great to see his confusion. Also, it was 420. Snoop was a little busy.
Fair.
In addition to that, the song ends with a few bars dedicated to the fact that now that Kendrick Lamar has waited this long, he unfortunately will never win because Taylor Swift dropped her album on Friday. Therefore, even if Kendrick Lamar responds, he will never be number one unless he asks Taylor Swift for permission.
Interesting.
Therefore,
Drake number one?
Drake is not number one. Drake had a number one prior to Taylor Swift, but once Taylor Swift comes out, Taylor Swift's going to be on top for quite some time now. Therefore, even if Kendrick comes out with a song, too little, too late, damage is done, Drake wins. Get over it, dude. He gets my all right.
Is there any part of you that feels like all of this is wrestling?
Yeah, and wrestling.
Yes, that's literally.
Yeah, it is wrestling.
Like they're all just doing this for business.
Yeah, probably.
Well, why would Drake do it for business? He don't need the business.
That's true.
Because the rich like being rich, Leroy, and the famous
He
love
likes
fame.
being relevant too.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Chris Brown came out with a diss track towards one of the Migos.
Oh wow!
Oh, he is.
It's kind of a niche beef. Why?
I don't even know what happened with
So
this.
everybody's just into
Is
beef.
everyone so angry?
Everyone's into beef now, and it seems like things are heating up.
Who's Art God Savvy beefing with?
Tobes.
Why?
Oh, you know what you did,
What
dude.
did I do?
You know what
What
you
did I
did.
do?
I know you wrote that article. No one uses CatBird.
I
See,
swear to God, why would I do it on the Cardinals?
that's the same thing I thought, but that's exactly what you want me to think.
If I was going to do it, I would say the Dolphins are in the CatBird seat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but do you realize that article where you photoshopped it, by the way,
Whoa.
the background is wider than the actual rest of the article.
I swear, I'll look at it right now. I'll get it right now.
Is
Look, I'm on
onto
ESPN
something.
app.
Yeah.
This is Adam
We can't
Schefter's.
see.
Let me
You
see.
can see. Don't
Hey,
act like you can't see.
Look how quickly he
Now
pulled
I
that.
can.
Adam Schefter. Now watch.
Pull that up
Dude.
really quickly.
He photoshopped every page.
Wow, this is
Oh,
impressive.
so I photoshopped an entire article.
You put ads
You
on there.
did.
Ooh,
Ads.
really good. Nice touch there,
As
buddy.
you can see.
Look, why did it go down? Why did the screen go down like that?
Ah,
I had a fat thumb. As you can see.
guilty.
Hmm.
I would never lie. Adam Schefter would never lie either.
Shefty, Shefty.
All right, everybody. Well, actually, I don't think that is true. I think he's been caught. You know what? Let's just move on. That's our show for today, everybody. We will talk to you rascals tomorrow.
Hope you mother have a good day.